Culinary hotline, bling, ding, ding, ding. Start practicing that all morning because we're going to need it today. We are going to inspire you in the kitchen, with it being, of course, the last week of Veganuary. We've invited owners of We Cafe, Olya Kiruluk and Eugene Volkov, to show us how vegan food can not only be delicious, as we've proven a few times on the show, but also it can be so effective in helping us look after the planet. We have some eye-opening statistics thrown in our faces yesterday with regards to global warming and climate change. Remember, those one small little changes here and there can make a massive difference. Then, of course, we've got to kick up the entertainment a few notches, and entertaining us this morning are the duo Amor, consisting of 5-time SAMA nominee Chiano Sky and 4-time SAMA nominee Sasha Regini. It's going to be spectacular, so sit tight. All that's left for us to do is connect with the rest of the family. Good morning, Zozo. How are you doing?
Oh, good morning, G-Man. I'm doing good, and a very good morning to you. Just like that, we are already Wednesday, 1 week back at school if you started school just last week. But we love to connect with you on social media, and you know that we are looking for our Golden Bakers Search duo champion who walks away with 50,000 Rand. So this morning we're asking you on social media, if you made the perfect cake, what would it taste and look like? Send us those voice notes. Our number is 063 408 8863. What would your perfect cake look and taste like? Mine definitely cookie dough, so somehow the cooked cookie dough must taste like cookie dough. Definitely some red velvet in there, some vanilla. I think it will just end up being a mix cake on my end, but it's not about me, it is about you. So let us know, and we will look at your answers and take a listen to those voice notes throughout the show. But let's get things underway. Here's Graham with your morning headlines.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Let's start with probably the hottest topic here in the country. Eskom's outgoing CEO, Andre de Ruyter, says over 9,000 megawatts worth of power projects are in the pipeline to help decrease the future implementation of rolling blackouts across the country. Now, Eskom is currently implementing stage 3 and 4 rolling power cuts. The power utility intends on adding some 1,800 megawatts of power to the grid by the end of March, which is the equivalent of 2 stages of rolling blackouts. De Ruyter was appearing before Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts alongside Eskom's board and senior management yesterday. And staying here in South Africa, the University of KwaZulu-Natal has warned about a scam on social media about registration fees. Now, in the post, it's claimed that the university had received a donation of some 10 million Rand from a company, Langa Civils, to help students with their registration fees. The university has come out as saying the information is absolutely false. And spokesperson Nora Zondo said the university is currently engaged in a campaign to collect money for deserving students to be able to register. Zondo added that the university remained committed to assisting deserving students, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds. Now, casting a wider gaze on the international news front, Uganda has officially started drilling for oil as of yesterday. The first of 4 planned oil rigs in the Kingfisher oil fields have been put now into operation. This is an important milestone in the country's effort to start extracting oil by 2025. This East African country discovered oil that can be commercially exploited almost 2 decades ago. However, production has been repeatedly delayed due to poor infrastructure. Uganda expects to deliver some 230,000 barrels of crude oil per day. The oil will be pumped to the neighboring Tanzanian port of Tanga before being distributed. And then a little further afield, California in the US is reeling from now its 3rd mass shooting in just 8 days. That after a man shot dead 7 former co-workers in the coastal city of Half Moon Bay. The victims were all Chinese-American farm workers, and the suspect, Zhao Shunli, who's 67 years old, was arrested. And this tragedy follows in the wake of the fatal shooting of 11 people at Monterey Park, southeast of Half Moon Bay, during Lunar New Year celebrations just a short time ago. And only a week ago, 6 people, including a teenage mother and baby, were shot and killed at a property in Goshen in California. Now, Guinness World Records has awarded a 23-year-old Chihuahua mix named Spike the title of the world's oldest living dog. Incredible. The small dog lives with his owner, Rita Kimbali, and her family on a farm in Camden, Ohio, in the U.S. And Kimbali said that they didn't realize he had a shot at being the oldest in the world. But, quote, now we all see him as a celebrity, and rightly so. That's what she added. And despite his advanced age, Spike leads a very active life still. And Kamali says he maintains a routine that sees him up at 7:30 a.m. every morning, pretty brisk. He also loves visiting other animals on the farm, including some of the barn cats, the cows, and of course the horses. And at the ripe old age of 23, Spike doesn't hear or see so well. Not quite like he used to, but this hasn't affected his massive personality in any way. And Kamali says that he's best friends with everyone that he meets. So if you happen to see him, if you're one of our Africa Channel viewers today, give him a little pat. But that's where we leave our news headlines. Let's delve into the sport. Let's kick it off with local football. Mamelodi Sundowns, they claimed now a PSL record extending 13th successive victory in the league when they defeated TS Galaxy 2-1 at the Mbombela Stadium yesterday. So the win saw the defending champions open now what's looking like an unassailable 19-point gap at the top of the league standings. Masandawana got off to the perfect start when Roshin de Rijk marked his return to the team by heading home Gostin Serino's corner kick in the 11th minute. Great start. Then Peter Shalolile scored from close range to make it 2-0 before Galaxy did get a consolation goal from a penalty spot in the dying moments of the game. And we turn to our blistering local cricket at the moment. The Joburg Super Kings captain Faf du Plessis, he was in blistering form. He smashed a stunning unbeaten 113, showing his IPL form to lead his side to an 8-wicket victory against Durban's Super Giants. So chasing a competitive 179 to win, du Plessis did not hold back. He led from the front, smashing 8 sixes and 8 fours on his way to record the competition's first individual century and see his side over the line with 5 balls to spare. Then elsewhere, the Paarl Royals, they claimed their first away win of the season when they beat the Sunrisers Eastern Cape, a tough outfit by 5 wickets. Joss Butler top scoring there with 51, while David Miller, he smashed 37 not out as they chased down 131 for that win. And then we turn on to tennis finally. Stefanos Tsitsipas closed in on a first Grand Slam title by reaching the Australian Open semi-finals yesterday in impressive fashion to boot. And that as Victoria Azarenka also powered into the last 4. So Tsitsipas was a convincing 6-3, 7-6, 6-4 winner over the unseeded Yuri Lesheka of the Czech Republic. And as a result, faces Karen Khachanov in the next round. Azarenka is back in the last 4 in Melbourne for the first time since she won the tournament back in 2013, and she'll now face the big serving Yelena Rybakina after both secured straight sets wins in their respective quarterfinals. And then, of course, plenty of excitement surrounding netball in a World Cup year. South Africa fought hard, but were ultimately outplayed by the #1 team in the world, Australia, in their netball quad series encounter at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. Of course, all preparation for the World Cup. A boisterous crowd at the CTICC stood behind the national side, so thanks for that. But South Africa ultimately lost 65-48 to finish at the bottom of the series standings. Norma Plummer's side will play England in the 3rd and 4th playoffs on Wednesday at 4 o'clock after the Roses were beaten 55-45 by New Zealand earlier in the day. An incredibly strong field, but just the kind of preparation we need to take on the best in the world. And that's where we leave our sport for now. Brand new day. Let's hope some brand new weather news to report on. That's positive for a change, but Zoe's got the latest.
Thank you, Graham. And we start off with some news. A huge iceberg, nearly the size of Greater London, has broken off the Antarctic ice shelf near a UK research station, the second such split in 2 years. The British Antarctic Survey said the formation of the new iceberg in a natural process called calving was not done due to climate change, which is accelerating the loss of sea ice in the Arctic and parts of Antarctica. The iceberg, measuring 1,550 square kilometers, detached from the 150-meter thick Brunt ice shelf a decade after scientists first spotted massive cracks in the shelf. A similar spectacular separation involving a 1,270 square kilometer iceberg occurred about a year ago. Glaciologist Dominic Hodgins said the calving event has been expected and is part of the natural behavior of the Brunt ice shelf, and reiterated it was not linked to climate change. Now it's time for us to bring it back home and take a first look at those sunrise views that you share with us. First up, Louise Cheery, who shared this warm sunrise with the sky filled with red and orange hues from KZN. Wendy shared this bold photo of the sun from her home in midstream. Mersha shared this view of the sun rising up from beyond the clouds from her patio in Kariga. And finally, Diane showcased this fairy-lit sky as the sun casts a stunning glow along the clouds in Howick, KwaZulu-Natal. Well, if you have a sunrise view to share with us, do so on our WhatsApp line. That number is 063 408 8863. Let's look at those temperatures. Polokwane, your low is 15, your high 30. Mbombela, 18, 27. If you're in Pretoria, partly cloudy conditions with a low of 15, a high of 33. Johannesburg, 13, reaching a high of 29 rather. Mahikeng, 1834, Klerksdorp, 1634, Kimberley, 1933. If you're in Bloemfontein, 16 is your low, 30 your high. Rainy conditions for Richards Bay, 21 with a high of 25. Pietermaritzburg, 17 with a high of 20. Rain for Durban, 21 with a high of 24. Mthatha, 16 with a high of 19. Then in East London, your low is 19, your high 22. Cradock, 14, 25. Gqeberha, 17, 24. George, 15, 23. If you're in Cape Town, sunny with a low of 16, a high of 23. Worcester, 14, 31. Sutherland, 10, 28. And Uppington, a warm day ahead with a low of 19 and a high of 36 degrees Celsius. Well, that's your weather for this morning.
Uppington, back to the top.
Always,
temperatures.
as always.
Good morning, everyone. It's a bright and early, beautiful Wednesday morning, and we've got one of the last veganuary-inspired culinary hotline blings coming up. And Chef Clem will be talking to the owners of We Cafe to find out how they create these beautiful dishes while also considering the preservation of nature.
Did you hear my bass drop to my voice there with that? Oh yeah. We love it. And we stress the word inspired because we are going to be inspired this morning. Then, of course, netball is all about that fast twitch movement, crazy action on the courts, which means you've got to be limber. And, of course, it requires a very special kind of stretching routine. And I say we loosely are going to be taking you through that in just a moment.
I like what you did there.
Yeah,
loosely.
Always be ready.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome, South Africa. My name's Clem Pedro, and it is officially the last segment for Veganuary of the Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting! So if you're feeling very inspired this month, we're going to tee you off with what I would suggest is going to be the most amazing plant-based hotline of the month. And I want to introduce two amazing people in the kitchen. We've got Eugene.
Morning, guys.
And we've got Oya. So we do this thing when I say Culinary Hotline Bling, and then everybody goes ting, ting, ting. Do you want to try it?
Yes.
Okay, with everyone in the background, we're going to do this.
Okay.
The Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. That's good, right? It's just to wake us all up in the morning. So we've been doing Veganuary for the month of January, obviously, and Hotline has been everything plant-based. But we brought you in today because you've got some really fancy desserts and dishes that you offer in your restaurant. So can I ask first, Eugene, what are we making first this morning?
Today we will do the French toast with ice cream, fruits, and nuts.
Breakfast with ice cream.
Yeah.
Yes. And South
Nice.
Africa...
Always.
Always. South Africa, if you want to be part of that, please send us your voice notes to the number 063-408-8863. Send us your voice notes. Ask us any questions. We'll answer any questions. Not only plant-based questions. We'll answer life questions. Oya's like, yes, we will.
We can.
But also, I want to hear, how have you been incorporating eating green into this month of Veganuary? So let us know on that number, 063-408-8863. But, Eugene, you had me at ice cream for breakfast. Talk us through what we're about to make, and let's get started.
So let's get started. We have a bread.
You've got bread. So if
Right.
you've noticed, Eugene's got an accent. Eugene, where are you from?
I'm from Russia. It's a very nice and cold area.
Very nice and cold.
Where I live, yeah.
I love that. So I actually asked Eugene a little earlier, he's been here for a year, what do you think about Cape Town people? And he said that they're very friendly, they're very cheerful. And then Oya had a perfect, I like the way you expressed how when Russian people are happy, what's the expression? When Russian people are sad, what's the expression? When Russian people are excited, what's the expression? Amazing! Oh, you nailed that, absolutely. It's so good. Okay, so while you're busy with that, Eugene, talk us through what did you dip your bread in?
So we dip our bread in a coconut milk with a little bit maple syrup. It's neat to make the bread soft and a little bit more flavor.
So we've taken the eggs out and we've used coconut milk instead, but you still got that richness with the coconut.
Sure.
And then that sweetness from the maple. I like that. And I think also, adding the ice cream to it takes like a plant-based dish, and it's not ice cream, it's dairy-free, right? So, I'm gonna slip in over here. You can come a little closer. Tell me about the restaurant at We Cafe. Do you often get any meat eaters coming to the restaurant, and what's their reaction to the food?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And every day it's more and more and more. Finally, our young vegan people saying it's finally a place where we can bring our dads and they can enjoy it. I will say 50% of our customers, it's not vegan customers. We're trying to show everyone that vegan food is also delicious, it's also nice. You don't have to be vegan to enjoy vegan meals.
All right.
That's it.
And I think that the way that you're approaching the food, Eugene, is like a good introduction to get people excited about eating plant-based. We all know French toast, and we all love ice cream. So you're taking classics, and then you're
Yes.
giving them a plant-based twist. Is that something you've done to the menu throughout at We Cafe, or do you have a signature dish that you have on the menu?
All dishes in our menu, I must say, it's a signature. It's a recipes that I made a long time ago, and every year I recreate some stuff. And we also have a French toast in the menu, but it's a little bit different.
All right, so what's the difference between the French toast our viewers will have at the restaurant to this one?
The main difference is our bread, because I made the bread by ourselves.
Okay.
And we made a vegan brioche bread. So
Vegan brioche bread.
It's a,
Amazing. Are you a vegan?
Yes.
And how long have you been a vegan?
I've been vegetarian for quite a bit and vegan for longer than a year. And Eugene been vegan for forever.
So someone that's been a vegan for about a year, what advice would you give to someone? Where do you begin if you want to actually start eating plant-based?
First thing, it's easier than you think. Second thing, go on any shop, buy any plant-based meal, buy any plant-based product, come at home, put on a pan, and see what's going to happen with it. That's how you start.
I love it. It's amazing, especially, like I said again, with the dishes that we're creating here today. Familiar dishes, just simple swap outs to make it plant-based. I love it.
You guys have so many amazing substitutes in every supermarket. It's actually amazing.
You've heard it here first. In South Africa, we've got amazing plant-based substitutes, so there's no excuse not to try swapping out some of your regular items with some green items. I love that, Olya. So tell me, Olya, I don't know, I know that you probably have a lot of favorites on the menu at the cafe. Do you have one dish that's like your ultimate dish on the menu? Eugene's not going to be offended if you say the one thing.
I will say, I have two dishes.
Okay.
It is tofu Benedict.
Tofu Benedict. Oh, yes, okay.
Oh, yes. And that is shakshuka.
Shakshuka.
Vegan shakshuka. It's so good.
And we've made a lot of shakshukas on the show, so our viewers know what to expect. And I like the fact that you've gone a bit plant-based with it. Sounds delicious. Also bold. The fact that you're using bold flavors to add to your menu, I really like that. I think there used to be this idea that vegan or plant-based food is a little, can I say it without being bland? Without being a little bland. But you've gone again, it's like shakshuka, big, bold flavors, and flavors that we in South Africa recognize. So again, I think there's never been a better time to try plant-based dishes. Eugene's smiling. You think, what's the cuisine like versus Russia and South Africa?
What's the
difference?
The difference? It's difficult to say.
Because we've got the South African sun as well, fruit, produce, but like immediately, what's the biggest difference for you as a chef? How do you adapt South African cuisine to your menu?
It's the quality of ingredients.
The quality?
Yeah, it's the much more rich choice. I may choose a lot of fresh, good food that we don't have in Russia, because Russia have a different climate, and it's like a small options of veggies and fruits. Here it's like
so it's
heaven.
Like a playground. It's heaven.
Yeah.
South Africa, you heard it first. We are so lucky. So let's talk about this beautiful French toast. So the bread's looking and smelling amazing. It's so good. Then you've got a selection of those amazing fruits and fruits. What have you got for us today?
So we fry the bread and we add the fresh berries in our breakfast. It's what we need in the morning. A lot of nutrients and some healthy stuff. So we take the berries and mix it with a jam. We have an ice cream, and now we're ready to serving the plate. So first we
see the concentration on his face. He's got that chef intenseness.
You feel it.
You can feel it.
You can
yes.
feel it.
So ice cream goes on first. Obviously, so get a little bit of that malt going with the hot French toast. You've got the berries, and is that a bit of a berry coulis in there that's got like the jammy consistency?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's breakfast, parents. Allow your kids to have ice cream for breakfast. And again, this is dairy-free ice cream. The nuts for texture, yes.
Yeah, will be a little bit crunchy. That's different textures in a dish. It's very good.
Oh, the maple syrup. Oh my goodness. I don't think I've ever seen a more attractive plant-based breakfast ever. That looks so good.
You must come and visit us.
Oh yes, absolutely. A little bit of the mint, just for the greenery and the garnish. That looks so amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the pretty little flowers. Yes, that's beautiful. These look amazing. Gotta love that. Oh my goodness. South Africa, we are not done. This is part one. They're coming back for another recipe. What are we making for the second part?
It will be the nice buckwheat noodles.
Buckwheat noodles. Don't forget to send your voice notes to that number 063-408-8863. Thank you so much. This is mine. This is mine.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Enjoy your meal.
You make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
All right, a very good morning to you. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on S3. Time to get active, so get up off your bums. Netball, of course, hands down, one of South Africa's most popular sporting activities. It's a fantastic way to both socialize and exercise, and it's super fun. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, this young lady will tell you. You used to play, right?
I used to play, but in high school, primary school,
Yeah.
and then in varsity, I just played for res. I didn't play beyond or for the university.
I heard a rumor that you were like provincial goal shooter. What? No?
No, that's a
Okay.
rumor.
I
That's
might
a
have just made
proper
that up for
rumor.
myself. Anyway. But of course, no sport comes without a warm-up, and so we've got some stretches in store for you this morning. A good way to just really limber up, as Graham said earlier on, to make sure that you are ready, because stretching is so vital to performance and injury prevention as well. And stretching properly helps to prevent tearing those muscles while you're increasing your range of movement as well. And so for netball, there are a few key muscle groups that you need to make sure you have on lock, or unlocked, if you will,
Yes.
in order to be in the game, all right? First of which is toe touches.
Toe touches.
Toe touches, very easy. We're gonna, from a standing position, first of all, start off with our legs about shoulder width apart, and then we'll go down. Let's go down to the middle first, and you hold there for about 20 seconds, right? Let's see, are you able to touch? Wow,
I'm
flat
I can,
hands as well.
yes. Well, the further you keep your legs apart, the easier it is. So
Oh,
the
okay,
closer
but you-
they are, the tighter it goes.
But you, oh my word, okay. I still am struggling a little bit with that range of motion. So you'll hold that for about 20 seconds. So this is your first stretch of the morning. Hope you're doing it with us. Then maybe spread your legs a little bit further apart. That felt about 20 seconds, didn't it?
Yeah.
Reach down to your right foot and hold that one over there for about 20 seconds.
So TV 20 seconds.
TV 20 seconds. Fast forwarding them. Are you feeling that stretch? You want
I'm getting a good stretch here at the back of my leg.
Yeah, you want to keep that as straight as possible. And then we're going to move over to our left. Touch your toes. Yeah, and of course, while you're doing that as well, if you want to, you can actually even grab your toes or even under your toes if you're that way inclined like that. Looks like you could do that, Zoe.
Yeah, hold your ankles.
You're literally grabbing the soles of your feet. Okay. All right, so that's about 20 seconds. Easy enough. Next one, the hurdler stretch.
The hurdler is a good one.
Were you an athlete at school in terms of
I
like
could
track and
never
field?
do hurdles, but the hurdle stretch is very good to get here, this
Yes,
muscle
there we go.
group.
So you're going to be in a seated position. I'll go right leg front first. And then if you could imagine running hurdles, because you don't jump hurdles, you run them. And then you have your left leg in a 90-degree angle over here, bent out like that. And then you want to reach forward to your toes. Yo,
Can you touch your
see
toes?
their ages.
Can you touch your toes? See if I can put my nose on my knee.
Could you? Oh,
Yes.
that is incredible mobility there. This is as far as I can go. Super, super stuff. Okay, we're gonna hold this for about 20 seconds. The agony is a lot. How are you that supple? Do you do this every day?
No.
Good grief.
How are you so
Okay,
stiff?
let's go with the other side, because what you do on the left, you must do to the right. Right?
Right. Right.
Dying here from the stretches.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just get in position. See, it's all about the form. Oh, my days. This is so hectic. Oh, man. Okay, just hold it there. We're going to pretend it's 20 seconds. Oh, yes, please. That's a lot. Zoe, no, you can't be laughing at me right now like that. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh. And then you just give yourself about 5 seconds to
Recover.
What do they call that hormone that bursts through your muscles after exercise? Is it dopamine?
Dopamine.
Oh, there's a lot of dopamine going on right now.
And this is not even exercising, this is just...
No! Okay. So the pretzel is the next one that we're doing. Hopefully I'll fare a lot better in this one. So you're in a seated position. Let's take your left leg crossing over your right at the top, and then you're keeping your knee up, and then you're gonna squeeze nice and tight so you get that glute stretch and that lower back stretch as well.
Yeah. What I quite like to do is also just to put my arm this side and then stretch
Oh,
further.
Zoe. Oh, Zoe.
get a
Okay,
nice
fine.
flick in your
Fine. Fine.
It's a pretzel. You have to be twisted.
Okay, let's do that one side. Stretch as far as possible. Let's do the other side of it. What you do on the left, you do on the right as well. Try and keep everything. Wow. Okay. I never imagined that I would be struggling so much with these. But then clearly, so if this were the case, if these were trials, you'd be getting called up to the national side right now. I'd be like,
The national
Mr.
side
Mabwe,
is stretching.
we need you to sit on the bench. Maybe just warm the bench, warm your muscles a little bit more.
Oh, well,
of course, remember, it is so important to keep yourself hydrated even during home workouts like these ones as well. Energate Zero is a fantastic beverage to have, especially when you're active. It replenishes all of those electrolytes, keeping you hydrated, and contains zero sugar and tastes absolutely great as well. Well deserved after that hurdler stretch. What is that laugh?
You couldn't touch your toes.
Why do I feel so touched by it as well? It's just like, Anyway, step up your game with Energate Zero. Zero compromise on taste and performance. I'm getting back to this hurdler stretch. No ways.
Do you know
Shall
that-
not have me. Look, nose, go.
Knee.
How many excuses you're going to make?
0.
That's also the amount of sugar in the new Energade Zero sports drink.
Oh, well, not all of us, yes, can be netball or Springbok champions, but we can all win every day. And this is how we want you to play daily and win your share of 500 million rand in cash and rewards when you unlock your summer with Voda Pay. They've made it so simple to score big. You can be a summer champion and use your free daily plays to unlock summer, really, and then stand the chance to win data, electronics, appliances, cash prizes, and of course, fuel for an entire year. I should have started with that one. So you get your free airtime when you download Voda Pay and just simply purchase summer bundles. Free daily games with 3 free daily unlocks when you use your Voda Pay. And if you feel like going big, you can buy a mega unlock summer game for 5 Voda bucks each to win even bigger and better awards than those won by playing daily free games. There are levels to climb. Earn more Voda bucks by completing personalized goals as well that you can then buy extra unlock summer and mega unlock summer games. So the cycle keeps repeating itself, and you can use those Voda bucks rather to shop in the Voda Bucks store or on the My Vodacom app, and there are so many amazing deals there already. What I love about this is they've built this around your lifestyle, around what you need and where you need to score extra value. And they've made it so easy. And added to that, I said chances to win even more because you have one last chance to win a 250 Rand sorbet voucher with Vodacom. All you have to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook, Twitter, or our Instagram pages and tell us how you will be unlocking your summer with Voda Pay. Don't forget to include that hashtag #UnlockYourSummer. This week's competition closes midday today, so you don't have a huge amount of time. Get on it. You can find all the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, I don't know if I've recovered, but welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
That was just a stretch.
You know, we discussed this and how you are so used to stretching and how I'm not, so I understand.
Okay.
But it's fine. Listen, yesterday we were all very excited as we watched our baking duos battle it out in the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition, with the hope, of course, of taking home that grand prize of 50,000 Rand.
And we had to say goodbye to 2 of our duos, but 3 remain. And one thing I can confirm is that they are in, and I mean, they mean business.
Yeah.
They are all in, they are focused. Which 2 teams will rise to the challenge? That is the question, and make it through to that grand finale that is tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. Only time or mouth-watering bakes will tell. Let creativity begin.
Welcome back. They say that baking is love made edible, and there is a lot of love in our studio today. Why? Because we are back for the semi-finals of the Golden Cloud Golden Baker Search with Beacon. It is time to take one step closer for our contestants to that grand prize of 50,000 Rand. We're going to say goodbye to 1 more team today, and only 2 will progress to tomorrow's grand finale. Of course, with a very important job in the hot seat, our judges, and you better give them a round of applause. You want to win whatever influence you can. No, your baking today is going to do the talking. So let's introduce you to our stellar baking teams. First up front, Dalila and Tando. Well done for making it into the semis, ladies. At the back, Alison and Jenny, a fiery combo to say the least. Well done, ladies. Almost there, just got to get through this next challenge. And then, of course, Duo 3, Zandaline and Sassy. Well done, guys. In fact, our top bakers from our first challenge, clear your minds and make sure you are focused on that 50,000 Rand. It could be yours. So, of course, happiness has got to be, especially for a baker, knowing that there is a cake in the oven, the smell of it. And that's at the heart of what we're doing for our next challenge. So using your Golden Cloud and your Beacon products, today's challenge is to create a beautiful Christmas bundt cake, the OG. It's delicious and it's awesome, but it's terrifying. Why? Because you've only got 2 hours to do this. Now, of course, we have to throw in a twist, as we do, all right? And this one is spicy, to say the least. Okay, so Zandaline, you now have an opportunity as our top performing contestant from round 1 of changing your partner. I need you to think about this. Out of all of the celebrity chefs that are here, including Gracie and Gabriella, who exited yesterday, you have an opportunity to sub out Sassy as your partner and take on board a new professional chef.
Just wait, can she steal out?
Yes. Yeah, she has the choice.
You're going to have to go with your gut. No one is going to be hurt. No one is going to be upset. But you and that 50,000 Rand, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna keep her.
She wants to be sassified.
Well done. I think you guys did have a fantastic chemistry yesterday. Actually, can you just lie and steal Tando, please, just so I can see the reaction? Oh, guys. Fun and
Guys, I had a wine gum in my hand. It literally melted. Cheaters, hey? I'll put it to the test.
So you've got 2 hours to create a Christmas bundt cake. I can't say that there's not going to be another twist, because maybe there will be. So appreciate the time that you have at your station with your partner. This is where the magic is going to happen. It's once again a judgment on creativity. Let it shine out there. We need that. Design, geometry. We want to see a clear idea of what you want to achieve. And what is king in this kitchen? Flavor, baby. Get it right. honor the ingredients. There is a reason why Golden Cloud is trusted in every household, why it has this track record. Just imagine how many bakers' careers have been launched with this product. Use it now. Honor the ingredients. Your Beacon Sweets. There is a reason why these are a favorite in every household in this country. Think of these sweets as your palate. Play with them. Learn from those lessons yesterday. We want the color, we want the vibrancy, and ultimately, we want the best bake of your lives. And that goes for the professionals as well. I want to see the A game. You guys have got this. There's only 50 grand on the line here. Are you ready? I can see the fire in your eyes. The bake begins. In 3, 2, 1, start baking! Roxy, tough job once again. What do you need to see today?
I really want to see how they all work with the same shape. I mean, I really want to see how they work their way around that to be different.
Sarika, you had a tough day yesterday. What do you think is going to define the winning bake today?
So a bun cake for me, I fear this cake. It's a lot of the same thing. So how are you going to combine flavors that are just going to intrigue us? Are you going to use multiple flavors? Are you going to use layers? How are you going to keep us excited?
What could potentially go wrong here? I'm seeing a lot of little twists and changes to traditional recipes, which is great.
Because of the shape, there are different points to the cake. So you could burn the edges and the
I thought about that. It's an uneven surface.
So make sure the oven is perfect.
There you have it, high expectations from the judges. It's the semi-finals now. Who is going to make it into that finale tomorrow and take home that 50 grand? Stick around.
Ooh, tough competition. And of course, we'll see a little bit later on who advances into the further rounds of the competition. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be delicious. That's one thing for sure. In fact, right now, let's head on over to the kitchen for a delicious custard fruit deliciousness. Guys, what are you making?
Oh, it is going to be beautiful. We have been so inspired by our baking duos. We're getting a little bit hungry. And if you need a reason to celebrate the sweet, tasty, juicy, seasonal fruits, this is it. Our classic custard and fruit fridge tart is one of this summer's greatest recipes, without a doubt. And actually, there's no baking required. You just got to kind of put it together, so.
Definitely put it
That's
together.
what we're going to do.
And this is a good recipe. It looks like a lot of steps, but it will go quite quickly. So in my bowl, I have some instant vanilla pudding.
Okay.
And then we're going to mix that with some milk as well as custard. The reason I'm talking you through the ingredients is because I got instructed to mix this quite quickly because it sets quite fast.
Okay.
Yes,
I love
we're
that.
gonna
And that's our
simply add
pudding
our
powder.
milk.
Okay, and that's obviously going to provide the main substance of this beautiful tart. And then we are layering it with beautiful seasonal fruits, some wonderful kind of nutty additions as we go. So while Zozo mixes up our ingredients there, I'm going to start with the base of our tart, and we are using coconut biscuits for this one. You can get kind of Tetris-y in how you lay them out. You just want a kind of liberal covering at the base.
Just really get a good base there. So Graham, I'm now adding our Clover Classic custard, and of course this is our flavored dessert, and just going to add all of it that's left here. So it's about, I think, a cup.
Yum. And feel free to taste as you go, because it is all so delicious. In fact, your Clover Classic custard is ready to drink, but it is so versatile to use, and now comes in 200 ml pack sizes that are perfect for school lunch boxes, just the right amount. And you can use any seasonal fruit that you love, that you have in your house. We have gone for a very tropical mix here. Our custard mixture is starting to get a beautiful, thick, creamy texture to it.
There we go. Look at
Beautiful.
that. Beautiful color as well.
All
Ooh,
right.
You have to be careful when you mix because you get splatters everywhere like I've done now.
It's okay. It's a safe space, our kitchen.
It is a safe
Oh,
space.
that looks beautiful.
Look at that beautiful custard that we've now got. And we're going
Like
to fold
velvety.
in our whipped cream.
Okay, so that's going to give it a bit of backbone, a bit more substance.
Move this here to the side.
And obviously, when we say fold, we do that for a reason, so we're not knocking out all the air that we've put into our beaten cream. You want it to still have that peak.
Yes. So
There we
just
go.
folding it in.
Wow.
Getting all of our cream in there.
And see how excited I am. I feel like a golden retriever about to go and chase after a ball. I just want to put the custard on the biscuits. Beautiful. Oh, wow, Zoe, that looks amazing.
I love how you're giving me credit for this amazing recipe.
Hey, well, you're doing it, girl. You are doing the things. Oh.
You just keep mixing until you can see by the colors.
Yeah, and that's great. And you're doing it gently enough not to knock out that air. So we've got a beautiful light and fluffy mixture. Thank you so much, Zoe. Now
You're going to add that custard to the biscuit base. Ooh. And once you've done that, we're going to put a bit of fruit and then repeat the whole process by adding more layers.
I know I probably could pour it, but...
It will be less messy the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some fresh mango here. We've got some strawberries. Would you like me to cut that for you?
If you can slice up those strawberries, then I'm going to start layering in our various bits of fruit. And we are so lucky at the moment to have the most amazing seasonal fruit.
And it's best to use fruit that's in season. It's just cheaper and it tastes better.
Oh. And it also allows you to kind of bring balance, because you can choose fruits that are very sweet, you can choose fruits that are a bit more tart. Okay.
And yes, you will get... is mango.
Oh, I know, I love it. And the juicier, the better. It's got to be so messy when you eat it.
Can I add?
Yeah, just layer that out. And then you simply repeat the process.
So add another layer of biscuits, we'll add more cream, and then you can finish it off. You've got the layers there in front of you.
You do one more, and then we're going to add, just to give it another flavor profile, we're going to introduce, we've got, I think, an almond nut butter there.
Just drizzle that on top, finish it off with some brittle. We've got some peanut brittle, some almond brittle, and then also just a little drizzle of honey. So you really can have a lot of fun with the flavor profiles that you choose to use.
Oh, this is like a truffle on a different level, eh? Oh.
Well, if you want to get your hands on this delicious recipe, simply just go for the custard and fruit fridge tart. It is available on our website, expressoshow.com. Simply head on over and there you'll get the ingredients as well as the steps that you need to recreate this look at home.
And make a lot, because people are going to love it. Awesome. I think some kiwi fruit.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby. Classic cars, thanks Chad. And we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, you can make my day.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush, 100% goodness.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It's the start of a brand new day, and we are so happy to be in your company. Now, we're joined this morning also by indie rock pop duo Amor Amor, who just last week released their newest single titled Can I Go Away? Now, the band is made up of household names in the South African music industry, 5-time SAMA nominee Chiana Sky and 4-time SAMA nominee Sasha Regini. Let's take a quick listen to their sound before we chat. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Afrika Burak Abut para Amor Amor! With all the Amor Amorians all around South Africa. Great to have you guys here.
Thanks. How's this?
Yeah?
Yeah, good, man.
You were telling me a harrowing story about this music video that we just watched, because it's all smiles and Meanwhile, on day 2 of this music video shoot, your director got stung by a scorpion.
And you know what was so funny? Like, because we went to go stay out at a place in Montague, and then the night before, he was like, guys, check your shoes, like, there's, you know, for scorpions. And then he puts on his shoe day 2 at 9 o'clock in the morning, gets stung by a scorpion. And I'm like just getting out the shower. Sasha has to rush him to the hospital because he's like passing out.
He like literally like died in my car. I saw him like roll over.
Please
and
don't
his
say
eyes,
that.
like glazed over.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I like woke him up. I was like, his name's Barry DeVilliers. I'm like, Barry, don't go to the light, man. It was rough.
It was rad.
And then it like cut to us like all sitting at the hospital, and he's in like a wheelchair with his foot up and his toes this big, and he's just like...
But he's fine now.
Yeah, he's fine. He's
Barry,
now
you
the
good?
scorpion
Actually has a
king.
pet scorpion now.
He does have a pet scorpion.
Barry,
We actually did.
don't make it weird.
He's the scorpion king, guys.
Okay, we've just made that official.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so there's some fascinating stories about the band. Let's talk about how you guys got started. For those who don't know, where did Amor Amor come from? Because, like I said, individually, you're both successful in your careers, and so you decided to then come together.
Yes, so Sasha's always been based in Cape Town, and I was, you know, for a long time based in Johannesburg, and then he reached out to me on Instagram.
Yeah.
And like...
Slid into her DMs, bro.
Yeah, little...
Kind of.
into my musical DMs, okay? And then, yeah, and then I was like, he was like, cool, let's work together. And then that kind of like never happened really. And then when I moved down to Cape Town, I was like, who is like a plug that I know that reached out to me before? And I remembered Sasha, and then I was like, cool,
Then she
well.
slid into my DM.
And then I slid into his music.
I'm like, was that on a G sharp or an A minor? I don't know. Okay,
What's
beautiful.
the F sharp? I'm joking. Yeah, and then we got together and we just hit it off right away, and we were first making music for me, for like one of my albums. And
Yes.
we just then started listening to the music and we're like, this actually sounds like a band. And then we just turned together like, should we start a band? You know?
That's how it happened.
Yeah.
That is
also,
amazing.
during COVID as well. So
Yes,
All locked down, and we had nothing really else to do except make music and stuff,
Right.
which is pretty much what we do anyway.
I honestly feel like I'm more like totally revived my inspiration during that time, you know, when it was just like, you know, we were all like looking for that inspiration and like keeping moving and carrying on, and like more and more the music and this new direction that like just made me feel like, yes,
Yeah.
again, you know.
And Sasha, what's that reception been like, you know, for you guys as a duo to kind of find each other in that doldrum, if you will, of nothingness in terms of the COVID pandemic, and then you produce this music, and then 150,000 streams, bang, Amorians are there.
Yeah, it's been awesome, man. Like, obviously, we have a good synergy, and we make a lot of, like, the music just flows from us. We, like, have, like, over 30 new songs, which we're going to release in the next couple of hours. We've been writing so much. Just been great. Like, absolutely love the response, love all the support that we've been getting, and yeah, everyone's just been so chill. Like, it's such a cool vibe. Like, it's such a cool, fun band, you know?
That's amazing.
We have a lot of fun.
So 2023 lies ahead. What can we expect?
Well, you know, a lot of gigs. We obviously just dropped a new song, and then we're dropping another one in like 6 weeks' time. So we've got lots of music coming, and plan to perform all over the place. We really want to get like a more, because last year we also started our like a more sound, like our audio company vibe, where we also like write music and like do a whole bunch of like commercials, voiceovers, all kinds of stuff like that.
Awesome, yes.
And so this year we want to focus like really getting in touch with the people, the South Africans, so they can get to know us a lot more while we're performing live. And
Totally, yeah. It's like, it's been a studio band, like, basically up until now. We've played a couple of gigs, but we really want to start playing more live shows and stuff, so hit us up.
we're here to play.
And
this year.
we're delighted to play with you and to have you play for us this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, awesome.
So to all the Amorians, make sure that you do stay tuned. And to all of you who are witnessing this for the very first time, guaranteed you are going to enjoy it. So don't miss out on live performances coming to you soon. Right now, it is time for the news.
Thank you, Kat. It's 7 o'clock. Let's look at those national headlines. 4 suspects have been arrested at different driving license testing centres in Northwest. They are suspected of fraud with driving licenses at test centres in Stilfontein, Ventersdorp, Orkney and Klerksdorp. Some of the suspects are test officers and owners of driving schools. A spokesperson for National Transport's Anti-Corruption Unit, Simon Zwane, says fraud with driving licenses have devastating consequences for road safety, as the people involved have no knowledge of road traffic rules, and this often leads to loss of life on roads. And staying with our local news, Eskom's outgoing CEO, Andre de Ruyter, says over 9,000 megawatts worth of power projects are in the pipeline to help decrease the future implementation of rolling blackouts. Eskom is currently implementing Stage 3 and Stage 4 rolling power cuts. The power utility intends on adding some 1,800 megawatts of power to the grid by the end of March, which is the equivalent of 2 stages of rolling blackouts. De Ruyter was appearing before Parliament's Standing Committee on Public Accounts alongside Eskom's board and senior management yesterday. Moving to news abroad, the Western movie Rust will continue filming with Alec Baldwin in the lead role, a lawyer for the production said on Monday, days after prosecutors said they would charge the actor for the fatal shooting of the movie's cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Baldwin will continue to play grandfather Harland Rust, and Joel Souza will return as director following his wounding in the October 2021 shooting. Hutchins died on a film set outside Santa Fe, New Mexico, when a revolver Baldwin was rehearsing with discharged a live bullet, which also hit Souza. And Uganda officially starts drilling for oil yesterday. The first of 4 planned oil rigs in the Kingfisher's oil fields have been put into operation. This is an important milestone in the country's efforts to start extracting oil by 2025. This East African country discovered oil that can be commercially exploited almost 2 decades ago. However, has been reportedly delayed due to poor infrastructure. Uganda expects to deliver some 230,000 barrels of crude oil per day. The oil will be pumped into the neighboring Tanzanian port of Tanga. And the 2023 Oscar nominees have been announced in Beverly Hills, California. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, a sci-fi comedy drama starring Michelle Yeoh and Jamie Lee Curtis, leads with 11 nominations. It's followed by All Quiet on the Western Front and The Banshees of Inisherin with 9 nominations each. Other Best Picture nominees include Avatar, The Way of Water, Elvis and The Fabelmans. Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness and Woman Talking are also among them. Colin Farrell, Brendan Fraser, Austin Butler, Paul Mescal and Bill Nye are all nominated for leading actor. Kate Blanchett, Ana de Armas, Andrea Riseborough, Michelle Williams and Michelle Yeoh received leading actress nominations. Martin McDonough was also, along with Steven Spielberg, are among Best Director nominees. This year's Oscar night will take place on the 12th of March in Hollywood's Dolby Theaters in Los Angeles. Jimmy Kimmel will host the ceremony for the third time. Well, that's where I leave your morning headlines for now. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thank you so much, Zozo. Let's kick it off with football. Mamelodi Sundowns claimed now a PSL record extending 13th successive victory. That's when they defeated TS Galaxy 2-1 at the Mbombela Stadium. So the win saw the defending champions open now what is starting to look like an unassailable 19-point gap at the top of the standings. Masandawana were the first to get off to that perfect start when Urashin Darek marked his return to the team by heading home a brilliant Gaston Sereno corner kick in the 11th minute. And Peter Shalolila then scored the second from close range before TS Galaxy did get one consolation goal back from the penalty spot in the dying moments of the game. But Sundowns march on. And then we turn to the SA20, which has been providing fireworks, and the man at the helm of his team doing the job. Joburg Super Kings captain Faf du Plessis was back to his absolute best. In fact, showing the form that he did in the IPL, hitting a stunning unbeaten 113 to lead his side to an 8-wicket victory against Durban's Super Giants yesterday. So chasing a pretty competitive 179 for that win, du Plessis led from the front, smashing 8 sixes and 8 fours on his way to record the competition's first individual century. And of course, see his side over the line with 5 balls to spare. And elsewhere, the Paarl Royals claimed their first away win of the season when they beat the Sunrisers Eastern Cape by 5 wickets. Joss Butler, their top scoring with 51. Well, David Miller, he smashed 37 not out as they chased down 131 for that win. Now turning to the year's first Grand Slam, Stefanos Tsitsipas closed in on a first Grand Slam title by reaching the Australian Open semi-finals yesterday in impressive fashion to boot. That as Victoria Azarenka also powered into the last 4. So Tsitsipas was a convincing 6-3, 7-6, 6-4 winner over the unseeded Jiří Lešeka of the Czech Republic, and he will now face Karin Khachanov next as a result. Then Azarenka back in the last 4 in Melbourne for the first time since she won the tournament back in 2013, and she'll now face the big serving Jelena Rybakina after both secured straight sets wins in their respective quarterfinals. Then, of course, high-stakes netball in preparation for the Netball World Cup happening in Cape Town. South Africa fought hard but were outplayed by the #1 team in the world, Australia, in their Netball Quad Series encounter at the Cape Town International Convention Centre. It must be said, a boisterous crowd at the CTICC did stand firmly behind the national side, so thank you to everyone who went down. But sadly, South Africa losing 65-48 to finish at the bottom of the series standings. That means Norma Plummer's side will play England in the 3rd and 4th playoffs, and that happens today at 4 o'clock after the Roses were beaten 55-45 by New Zealand earlier in the day. But just this list of competitive nations in this team gives us an idea of how good the preparation is for the World Cup. So sending all of our Protea fire to the netballing ladies, but that's where we leave our sport for now. Let's see how the roads are looking before you head off to work.
Indeed, thank you very much. Graham, a quick glimpse reveals that in KZN there's congestion on the R66 route with traffic queuing all the way down south to Malmöth. Now in Midrand in Johannesburg there has been an accident on the N1 southbound before Olifantsfontein Road. The right lane is closed and you can expect delays in that area. Now moving down to Pinelands in Cape Town, there's been an accident on the N2 outbound after Jan Smuts, and the left lane is closed, so please do approach that area with caution. And of course, generally do buckle up and drive safely while on your way. That's it for the traffic. Right now, let's take a quick look at the weather. So while extreme high temperatures are still being experienced in much of the country, the complete opposite is the case in Asia, where North Korea, their authorities there have warned of extreme weather conditions in the country as an icy front sweeps the Korean peninsula. Temperatures are likely to dip below minus 30 degrees Celsius in the northern regions, where food insecurity is said to be at its worst. Now, this follows the most severe drought the country has suffered in nearly 4 decades, as well as 5 major typhoons that struck in 2020. Yesterday's Today's cold wave alerts come as Pyongyang prepares to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Korean People's Army next week. South Korea too has issued a cold wave warning, and northern China has been experiencing record low temperatures. Temperatures are also expected to drop to their lowest in a decade in Japan this week. Scientists say extreme weather, including more common due to climate change. Well, from that chilling news, let's quickly take a look at some sunrise views at 7 o'clock, which might warm you up a little bit. Thanks very much, first of all, to Debbie Drahota, who showcased this stunning tropical view all the way out in Marina Beach. Loving that. Joanne sent through this stunning view of the sun glistening across the ocean from her balcony out in Bluff in KZN. Then Gary Lambert, who's also out in Bluff in KZN, shared this similar smoky view of the sun above the ocean. And it looks like it's going to be quite a warm day in KZN. And then finally, one of our regulars, Nancy Pennington in KZN, shared this stunning image of herself and her friend catching some fish on the shore while watching the sunrise. Oh, look at that. The photography, it's the angle, it's the depth of field, it's the yes. We love it. Do keep on sharing those sunrise views with us. Send them through to 063-408-8863. A quick look at temperatures, warm all around the country, with some areas experiencing a chance of rain, which might offer some relief. Polokwane, a low of 15 to a high of 30. Mbombela, temperatures ranging between 18 and 27. Pretoria, 15 to 33. And Johannesburg, 13 to 29. Out in the northwest, in Mahikeng, a low of 18 rises up to a high of 34. Quite similarly in Klarsop, 16 to 34. Kimberley, 19 to 33, and Bloemfontein, 16 to 30. In Richards Bay, 99% chance of rain, so perhaps some relief from the hot temperatures for you, which temperatures will range between 21 and 25. Pietermaritzburg, 17 to 29. Durban, 20 to 24, with a high chance of some rain there. In Mthatha, a low of 16 will rise to a high of 19. In East London, a low of 19 rises to a high of 22. Craddock, 14 to 25. Gqeberha, 17 to 24, and George, 15 to 23. Down in the Western Cape, in the mother city, a low of 16 rises to a high of 23. In Worcester, 14 to 31. Sutherland, 10 to 28, and Uppington, 19, rising to a high of 36 degrees Celsius. That's what you can expect today. But of course, you can expect more feel-good vibes coming your way from us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Kat. And one of those feel-good vibes is definitely unlocking your 100%. We'll tell you exactly how, and then stay tuned, because our Golden Bakers search, the festive edition bakers, our duos are hard at work, and we will need to check in on them. So that and a whole lot more still on its way.
Mama see, Mrs. I make the pot to be done. Famous for shisanyama and shisayo. One touch here, one touch there. Fast food and even faster payments. Everybody wins Gwa Mama see. I mean, come on, man.
I am such a champ right now.
This summer, we are not just players. We are all champions. Unlock your profits with a quicker pause and qualify for a cash advance. Better together. Vodacom.
Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Wednesday to you.
Yep.
If nobody's wished you happy Wednesday yet, and welcome. Yeah, great to have you.
Yeah, man, thanks for joining us. And this might be just the moment you've been waiting for in your life, because it's time to unlock your 100% in 2023. New year, new me, new mindset, new job opportunities. You have heard it all.
Absolutely.
Yours.
Yep, this is the perfect time to start thinking about your 100% prospects for the new year, if you will. So, of course, while many people take the time in December and January to take a break and enjoy the holidays, these are also, it's an opportune time, an excellent time to start thinking of what you'd like to unlock in 2023.
And we're going to see if we can make it just that much easier to do this, because Crush is bringing you a brand new TV show on SABC2, hosted by a guy who continually unlocks his 100% every day, Ryle de Mornay, and he is going to be joining you on a journey to hopefully help you unlock your 100%.
Yeah, so let's meet our next two contestants.
Ooh.
Contestant number 3 is Happy Nkuna, a science graduate with big dreams of becoming a well-known South African rapper. So watch him on the 15th of February unlock his 100% alongside an iconic mentor, legendary South African Motswako rapper, Kuli Chana.
Wow.
Steps up to mentor this contestant, and Happy, can I say, he was very, very happy about that.
I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about that. Think of the network that he's plugging into by connecting to that man.
Into that source of energy and lyricism as well, eh?
Absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait to see the results of that. Then contestant number 4 enters into the arena. It is Tinus Mare, a medical doctor who, get this, dreams of becoming a florist. These are the stories we want to unearth.
Wow.
So we get to follow his journey as he explores the magical world of floral art and unlocks his 100% on the 22nd of February, just around the corner.
Loving it. So Crush will be helping them unlock their 100% and follow their dreams. I mean, this is, what an opportunity, right? I mean, you think this guy has been a doctor, medical doctor, and taking care of others, and now he's found another passion of taking care of others by creating beauty all around them.
And enhancing life. And I suppose it's that notion of the why. Yes, we all have skills, and it's great to follow a kind of a predestined path. But if you find that why, if you lock down on the reason why you're doing something, that will show you the path. And then hopefully this show can help you unlock that. So keep an eye on Crush's social pages for all of the information on Unlock Your Summer. And you can get 100% with Crush TV shows. I think the best platform we've seen on TV to really grasp your potential, and it kicks off on the 1st of February at 7:30 right on SABC2.
It's The Crush. Unlock your 100% TV show. Catch all the excitement as we unlock Crush fans' full potential to live their dreams. Watch the show on SABC2 starting on the 1st of February every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Plus, you stand a chance to win your share of thousands of prizes. Simply buy any Crush and follow the pack for entry details. Crush. 100% goodness.
And speaking of 100%, the duos in our Golden Cloud Baker Search semi-finals are giving it their all. Excitement has definitely reached an all-new high as our 3 duos battle it out in the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition semi-finals. Now, we left off with high expectations from the judges, but let's see if the duos are applying themselves accordingly.
Welcome back to the kitchen. There is a level of quiet intensity behind me. Clearly, our contestants and our duos have learnt lessons from yesterday's bake that they're applying right now. These creations are amazing, but the clock is ticking. Let's see how our teams are going.
Who's made a pancake? Oh, I've never, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Where's my little chef? She ran out. I really hope that she can make a big bite. Fantastic. Woo.
I have not made a pancake before, so this is a learning experience.
But luckily
for
she's
me.
got me.
Yeah, I've got her for moral support and for guidance.
Yeah.
Jen,
Yes, darling.
So we did have our challenges in Bake One. Has anything gone wrong? Is everything going according to plan? How are you guys doing?
I think the goddess is shining down on us. So please God, nothing goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
But so far, it's been good. A bundt cake has got a very sexy shape. And I know when you saw that thing, you got all excited, and she started creating all kinds of cakes to go into that bundt tin. So I just thought, this is in your honor. So the cake itself is going to have beautiful flavors of orange, nice. You know, we've used the sparkles. There's our orange and colors of sunshine.
Absolute genius. It looks
Yes.
like drops of sunshine.
It's beautiful. And these are also the colors. So this is a frivolous cake. It's a fun cake. You know, it's light-hearted and a happy cake. And we have chocolate inside our orange cake as well because she's a chocoholic.
So guys, I'm pretty interested in what you're doing because I can already see some innovation happening.
Yeah.
So talk to us about your bake.
We're making a basic vanilla sponge which we've added some lemon zest to, and we're going to put some
peppermint tart. Yeah.
Beacon chocolate, and we're going to layer it, bake it, and then we're going to do a wreath decoration on top of it.
Yes.
And we've got a few surprises here and there with it.
I'm glad to see you using the mix. So you're the only pair that's actually using a mix. So it actually allows you some time if this doesn't go
right.
to plan.
True.
And the chocolate's going into the sponge.
It's going into the sponge as well.
With the lemon as well in the batter.
It's an interesting combination because usually it's just peppermint tart. So what was the inspiration for the lemon?
We just thought it's nice, zesty freshness. So freshness on top of the mint. You know, mint and lemon in a drink always goes well. So, you know, this is the dessert version of that for Christmas.
Exactly. There you go. Thinking of the drinks.
The plan is to make a beautiful orange cake and incorporate some raspberries, some pistachio, but also give them a bundt cake with a difference.
Okay.
We need to up our game.
Zandaline, how close did we come to seeing this team separated? What was your motivation for sticking with this sassy chick?
My motivation was knowing that we get each other, we have the same ideas, and she knows how to just help me take it further. So I'm completely comfortable working with her. It feels like I've worked with her for a long time, so I think that motivated me to stay with her.
It's my sexy personality.
Yeah, exactly,
Your sassy
exactly.
There we go.
You know, the way you looked at me when I said that, I was worried to even finish the sentence. Were you a little bit nervous, Sass, that you were going home?
No way, because I actually threatened her before.
Yeah.
I knew it.
No, you know what? I think what makes this cake special in this competition is the flavor and what we do with the products, you know, that we have, and to be as creative as possible without over-engineering things.
Tando, how's the bake going?
The bake is going good. It's a bit stressful. Feels like there's a lot more on the line this time around. Feels like it's not a drill anymore. We're in it, but it's going good. Everything is still on track. We've got all our elements going, and we still have time. So we're not pressed for time, but we definitely want to get everything right.
1 hour, 18 minutes left. If something goes wrong with this bake, will you have time to do another?
We'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
I hope I haven't jinxed it. I'm going to touch all the wood I can.
Please.
No, it's looking amazing. The fact that you're down to these details already at this stage is a good sign. Keep it up, girls. Keep it up.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, don't break the momentum now, but you have got 1 hour, 6.5 minutes left. Almost at the halfway point. Keep that energy up. Almost an hour to go before we decide which of our semi-finalists will be moving through to tomorrow's grand finale. Of course, what's on the line? 50,000 Rand and an opportunity to announce their name to the culinary world. This is what's at stake. We'll see you in a minute. Keep it up, ladies. Come on.
Well, the heat is certainly on, and it is the semi-finals, but who's going to make it through to the finals? You'll need to stay tuned and watch.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, South Africa, to the second installment of the Veganuary Culinary Hotline. Bling! Ting, ting, ting! You almost had it. You almost had it. You'll get it next time. Maybe we should start something like that in the restaurant, where you just like, you come out and you say something and everybody in the restaurant has to like cheer along, okay? I think you should just do it, okay? And say claim set, so. I love it. So your breakfast is such a hit that we had some people up in the control room saying, Shotgun, they want the French toast. I won't say what her name is, Tatum. She's called Shotgun for the French toast, and so no one's allowed to touch it. So now you're gonna have to prepare something for the rest of us, and you see you're gonna make a buckwheat noodle dish, right?
Yes, with the great stuff with the fresh red onion, ginger, bell peppers, and shiitake mushrooms with the buckwheat noodles in teriyaki sauce.
With teriyaki.
Amazing, yeah.
I love it. So talk me through buckwheat noodles. What's different from the normal noodle that we eat and buckwheat? Is there a difference in texture and flavor?
It's a little bit different in texture, and the color is a little bit more dark brown. So it's made from buckwheat.
Right. When I see noodles, or like when I see this type of color, I always think it's healthy. Maybe it's just like perception of color and food. But they do have a bit of like a different texture to them as well. You can also kind of see the grain, the buckwheat in there. So I really like that. This texture with the robust flavors that you're cooking, you're adding that teriyaki glaze flavor to it. I think this will be really, really delicious.
And just we need to fry all veggies with the mushrooms.
And I see you got your pan screaming hot. I like that. That's going to give us some nice color
Must
and
be
char.
very hot.
You
yeah.
want it really hot. I love it. So you mentioned during one of the breaks that you actually offered a 4-course fine dining vegan menu, which you started in Veganuary. Can you talk us through that? What are some of the dishes that you have on that menu?
So it was our first try, and we made it in January, special for Veganuary. And we cook 4 dining, it was 4 courses, and it was 2 starters, and we made a potato roasty with a black caviar that I made by ourselves.
A little Russian influence there in the food.
We made tofu cream with roasted vegetables, and the main dish was polenta with oyster mushroom steaks in a demi-glace sauce. And the dessert was a almond sponge with a blackberry mousse.
Oh my goodness.
So these 4 dishes was made like special for this evening.
And you're gonna keep on bringing out new menus every month. You said after Veganuary, you actually want to try and come up with a new menu every month for diners?
Yes, we're planning to do this kind of evenings every month, because all guests was very excited about all menu.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm excited. And do you obviously
we
have
love
the job
to make this.
So sorry?
We was also excited to make and prepare all stuff, and for us it was a new experience, and we love it.
Yeah.
So we will continue definitely.
I was about to say, then you must be excited as well, because are you ready with your spoon to try all the dishes? That must be like an amazing part of the job.
It was a little bit stressful because all service on me and all booking customers on me. And we just love what we do. Everything is going easy, you know. If you love what you do, everything goes easy. And South African people is fantastic and amazing. And they tried all those flavors from Eastern Europe, from Europe, all this fine dining vegan experience that Cape Town didn't have it yet. So it was quite excited. We all excited it, and we all had fantastic night.
I'm totally going to be at the next 4-course dinner. Definitely going to be there. You were telling me about the starting point. Where did We Cafe start?
We were thinking about concept. We were thinking about moving in and out. I've been here for a long time. Eugene just moved last year. And we decided to do something that is going to bring all of us together. It's no more separation. It's no Eastern Europe, Europe, Africa. It's no us. It's all we. It's We Cafe. Come and enjoy our family. We have open kitchen. We have an open plan of everything. You come into our restaurant as you come in at home. You can talk to chefs while they're cooking for you. You can talk with service. And we cafe, it's all us, and that's what you can see in our walls. We have a beautiful printing of every kinds of sorts of people, and everyone is welcome. Come as you are.
And you said the original We Cafe started in a garage with a bit of a garden on the side. I feel like stories like that are always the best. When you start from humble beginnings and then you become this beautiful cafe.
I want to be this granny to keep my grandkids around and say, do you know what? It's all start from garage.
I love that. I absolutely love that. We actually have a voice note, and I believe it's Natalie. Let's hear what Natalie has to say.
Good morning, Team Expresso. This is Natalie Daniels from Fit Moms again. So January, let me let you in a little secret. Mom was a secret agent with brinjal eggplant. So I've been sneaking it into meals, and the kids have not been knowing I've been putting it in. So my question is, what are other kid-friendly veggies that I can put in and almost substitute it for other stuff? So yeah. What would you suggest? Thank you.
Please translate.
I've got that. I've got that. So Natalie is one of our favorite viewers. She calls in or sends a voice note every single week. So she said that her mom was an amazing agent when it came, a secret agent when it came to using brinjal. She was able to disguise it in the food that she prepared for them. And she's asking us, especially you, Eugene, do you have any advice for parents on trying to disguise vegetables in a dish for kids? How can they do that? Yeah.
It all depends from kids, because I also have a kid.
You do?
And it's always need to be experimented, and you need to just made some food, made it different, and give it to try. And when the kid want to try something new, you just need to stop yourself and don't say don't try. You just need to give him a free space. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
It's the Russian way.
It's the Russian way. It's the Russian way. I've thoroughly enjoyed having both of you in the kitchen. I can't wait to join you for your next 4-course dinner. South Africa, it's been amazing. Great having you. We'll be back next week again with the next Culinary Hotline Bling. Ding, ding, ding.
Our food is almost ready. We just need to put it on a plate.
Oh, well, listen, the Culinary Hotline, I mean, our kitchen is beautiful, but they say if the home is the sanctuary, then the kitchen is the altar. It's where we nourish ourselves, we commune with our loved ones, and sneak in a midnight snack when we are feeling blue. But we spend a large portion of our time in this space, and in 2023, it's only fitting that we give our kitchen the TLC that it deserves. Now, Lyndall Atkins is a DIY enthusiast and award-winning blogger, and she is here with her savvy tips, and we'll be covering some of the most stylish kitchen trends for 2023. Lyndall, I'm very excited for this competition. Well, I say competition, I mean this conversation, because the kitchen, I find, is one of those spaces, we spend a lot of time in it, yet we give it the least amount of attention. You know, you focus on your lounge, and with the homes being so open space, we forget about the kitchen. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, I think there's this misconception that your kitchen is going to cost you a lot of money, and I think most people just avoid that straight out because it's too much money. I'm going to wait till I can save and like just do everything. So we kind of ignore it and we focus on the things that feels a bit more manageable. But that's a complete misconception. I've built 2 kitchens from scratch, and it's cost me like so little money compared to what you'd normally spend in a kitchen. I've even flipped our current kitchen, just to make it a little bit more, you know, fitting with my style. And all of these things are possible. You don't need to make big changes, but you can make changes that is meaningful to you and that makes your life a little bit better. Like, don't you want to cook in a kitchen that just gives you like that feeling, and you want to cook, you want to be in there, you want your family to like, you know, sit around the kitchen table and
be part of your space, because, you know, you can have all your, at least I find when I have the girlfriends over, we all stand in the kitchen talking, having coffee, whatever it is we are drinking, but we always end up in the kitchen. Now, a lot of trends are moving away from the all white, and I think we're bringing in warmer tones, our creams, our beiges, our earthy tones. How can we incorporate warmer tones into our kitchen? Or what are the current trends for kitchens?
There's a really big draw towards like wood and like natural materials. Like, we're stepping away from that white and we're going into like wood, into natural materials. That boho theme is still kind of like feel like coming through. But people are also getting a little more eclectic. They are looking at color and print, and it's really an extension of your home. It doesn't look like, oh, you say, for example, you have a really colorful home and you step in your kitchen and it's like bland.
Yeah.
So it should be an extension of the rest of your home, and people are bringing in color, they're bringing in pattern. Like, for example, I've brought in some vinyl decals. Like, there's a funky print. I brought like some.
And
cool
these you can
stickers.
just stick on the wall.
You can just stick on the wall. This is such an easy solution if you want to try something, but you're not sure if you're ready for like a full-on commit. Let's get the paint out. It's permanent. Like, this is such a nice way to just add some stickers. Like, these I cut myself because I've got a cutting machine. So, but if you don't have that, you can buy stickers. You can even buy like a sheet of vinyl and physically cut it out if you really wanted to. And just stick them on the wall, create pattern. Like, I did black over there, but you can do any color because vinyl comes in just about any color you want. And just try it out. Put it on for a weekend, live with it, see how you feel, and if you love it, like...
Then you know you're ready to add more color to your white kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh, now, I know times are tough. It's January. People have been waiting for payday to arrive. So not everyone has it in their budget to spruce up their kitchen. What are some of the savvy ways we can do that, but that doesn't break the bank?
There are such simple ways. Like, storage is so big right now. Every single store, from the most expensive store to like the least expensive store, has some kind of storage solution. So there's something for everyone's budget. And there's such simple ways that you can maybe like just spruce up the decor you have. So for example, I've got these jars, but I just want to make it a little bit more trendy. I could add like a little sticker. So you can buy these, you can make these, but just like adding it.
And that says treats.
And put your little like biscuits or sweeties or whatever in there. But just putting that out with a nice little tray, some flowers, could just add something like special to your kitchen. Even just taking your basket and like adding, this is just plain brown craft paper, adding a cute ribbon. You've probably got this at home. Tying that to like baskets that you have, and it just adds like a cute little touch.
It adds a bit of personality.
Yes.
I love that.
So just look at the things that you have. Like, look how cute that is.
Look at that. You can really label. I'm here for the jars and the label maker and all of that. But I know sometimes people save and they want to redo elements in their kitchen. What is worth splurging on?
Okay, I would always say your appliances. Air fryer.
You use that the most?
Get that air fryer. But seriously, I would splurge on my appliances and my cupboard doors. If you were looking at like doing your whole kitchen, I would maybe splurge a little bit on my cupboard doors. I've built kitchens before, but like the thing I had professionally done was actually having my doors wrapped so that it would like give me that look, that finished look that I wanted, that I maybe couldn't create for myself. But there are loads of ways to upgrade your kitchen by like painting it. Changing out the hardware is a really easy one. You can spray paint it if you've got loads to do, but if you don't have loads to do, just buying a few of these inexpensive handles can really like
change up the look and feel.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Lyndall is not going anywhere. Be sure to hit her up at Lyndall Atkins of Nwabisa's Little Things for guidance on revamping your kitchen among many other spaces in your home. And when we return, Lyndall will show you some easy DIY tips to spruce up your kitchen space, so stay tuned.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're talking kitchen trends, and with the freshest trends touching all corners of interior design, and kitchens are no exception. Now, this means kitchens of 2023 hold a world of excitement to look forward to. And Lyndall Atkins is a DIY enthusiast and award-winning blogger with her savvy tips, and we'll be covering some of the most stylish kitchen trends for 2023. It is so great to have you here, because this is something that's potentially, I say potentially because I don't want to say yes it is, but to spruce up my kitchen, that's something I want to do. For someone at home right now, you've said, you know, bring out the natural woods, and they don't perhaps know where to start. What is a good thing they can do if they want to change things up in their kitchen?
Well, I'm a big fan of shelving, which is why I brought in this piece of wood. This is just an off-cut piece of wood that I had in my garage from another project. If you sand it down, you stain it, you get some leather. I'd probably take a thicker piece than this, but this is what I had at home. So all you do is you put it up like that, and you have a shelf. So you put 2 of those like that. You make a little hole here, and you just put that in your wall. You put it in over there. If you want to secure it, you can put some screws below, and you've got a shelf. That's an easy way to just add storage and to add interest, and you can just put some artwork, and it doesn't I know a lot of people have a fork or a knife or something like that. You don't have to do that with your kitchen. You can put whatever artwork you like. I've got an elephant spray painting, this is literally from my kitchen.
Okay, so you don't have to put fruit bowls or knife and forks on the walls. You can break away from the kitchen-esque themes. Now, when it comes to DIY and buying supplies, is there much of a difference in terms of the supplies you buy to spruce up your kitchen compared to the rest of the house?
There isn't much of a difference, but you have to keep in mind that, for example, if you're going to paint your kitchen, you need paint that's going to be for a kitchen, you need that bathroom and kitchen paint. That's what you need. You also, my personal style is that I apply all the trends that I apply to the rest of my house to my kitchen. So I've got photos up in there, I've got artwork up in there, I've got funky prints on the wall. You apply all those things, the things that make you happy, because ultimately it's your home. So you have to make that the space that you want to be in.
I can imagine. But not everyone has that big kitchen. Some live in a studio apartments or have smaller kitchens. Do these rules or ideas fit a smaller kitchen as well?
They do. My first kitchen was this tiny galley kitchen. It was this big. You could just about turn around, or sometimes you have just a little small piece of wall as a kitchen. And if you do, especially if it's open plan like a studio, you want to make that an extension of the room. You want to add interest there. You want to make it welcoming. So I would apply all those same trends to that section of your kitchen,
I love that. And if it comes to, redesigning or refreshing your kitchen, how often should one do that?
As soon as you are tired of it.
Okay.
You should do it as soon as you're tired of it. The big things, I wouldn't do that for minimum 10 years. You have to live with that kitchen, because for most people, it's a huge investment, and you don't want to waste your money. So you want to take something that you can live with for a while. And then if you want to change things up in between that, change your doors. It's a very simple upgrade. Change your handles, change your paint the walls, add your vinyl stickers or wallpaper, make those kind of changes.
Amazing. Well, Lyndall, thank you for joining us and sharing your wisdom. And of course, hopefully you at home, you've been inspired to just try something new in your kitchen. Don't forget it, because it is part of the home that you spend the most time in.
So from inspiration in your kitchen to inspiration baking-wise, things are heating up in the Golden Cloud kitchen, and our 3 duos are feeling the pressure. So will they rise to the occasion or burn under that pressure? Let's find out.
Welcome back to the semi-final of the Golden Baker Search. Our remaining 3 duos have been very hard at work. We've now moved into our final hour, starting to push towards that home straight. Let's see if it's going according to plan. Okay, I've noticed a pot has gone on and off the stove a few times. It begs, exactly. I'll find you. And you're working with the right ingredients. I'm gonna let you focus.
Oh my God!
Please, God, don't burn your hair.
It's got a little char. It's not a burn, it's charred.
That's what we were going for. It's what we were going for.
I hope I'm invited to that braai.
You are invited to the
Okay, cool. Darling, it's called caramelization. Tell them to shut the front door.
It's the sugars. It's the sugars in the mellows.
Wow.
What was this supposed to be?
No, it is there.
Exactly
This?
what it looks
Yes. It's just acting a bit dramatic.
Okay.
like.
But we'll
It needs to cool down.
Yes, we'll cut the pieces
God
we
we
need
make
from
it
it.
cool.
Obviously not the charred center.
Why are y'all sitting doing nothing here? Clearly everything is going to plan.
You know what? Don't be too smart. Because you never know what will go wrong. But our cake is cooling.
Just beat it. Beat it. Okay, talk me through where you're at in the process. What needs to happen from here on out?
Our cake is done.
Cake is done. Are you
It's
happy?
going to come out. We're 100% happy.
Great.
We're busy doing our nice white chocolate and berry drizzle.
Ooh, I like the balance of flavor in that.
As soon as that orange cake comes out, it's going to get a nice, rich orange glaze on top of that, just to soak right into that bun.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That looks good.
So Leila, that's an interesting method of cooling your cake. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. Everything is on track, I'd say. Yeah, it's looking good.
There's a lot of elements here.
Yeah.
This is what we wanted.
Did the marble effect come out the way you guys planned
Exactly as we planned it. Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like what it's going to look like at the end, but when you cut into it, you're going to be surprised.
But I see a crack in the cake.
She'll be cut off.
We're gonna straighten it just now.
Everything here is according to plan.
Exactly.
The first time I'll be trying charred marshmallows.
Me too. It's like a s'more. Exactly, it's like a s'more.
Sassy, are you being sassy with that cake right now?
Everything that comes out of these hands is sassy.
Sassy and saucy.
There we go.
Clearly. Guys, is
It
somebody
needs to
in
be
this team
moist.
OCD?
Yeah, because it's
Because every time we pitch up here, there's a clean station.
You think better in a clean space.
Otherwise,
right?
it feels like everything's just chaos.
Yeah. Because the clutter clutters the mind.
Seems like this pair worked out. Hi guys, I'm Jenny.
Oh, fancy meeting you, Jenny.
Yeah.
So what's going on here, Jenny?
So I was just trying to prepare my sweets and I haven't figured out the cake yet. Yeah.
So no cake.
Creativity MIA, as the original two are.
Time is ticking. Do you think you're going to be ready at the end of it?
Yeah, I think my decorative items are ready.
We do love you, girl, but know your place. And you're going to put it on this, put it on there. On there.
Why am I suddenly so nervous? What's going on? Is everything working out according to plan? How's the cake?
Cake is good. We were cooling it outside, and we believed that we had to guard it because of baboons. So that's why we've been gone so long, looking for the bobian. So this one says, put it on the roof.
I'm going to move on to what I'm guessing is a major success story here.
Oh, yes.
There was a lot of nervousness. There was a bit of a build-up, and then you disappeared and hid when you took this bundt cake out of its tin. Has everything worked out? Are we okay?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Do you know what this crazy woman was doing earlier? She told me that my egg whites were not fresh, and they weren't foaming. She was beating the oil. So I've got to watch her.
My cake, it did not cook 100%. It's not 100% raw, but my cake is a little bit raw. So
We're gonna see what's gonna happen.
But I think we still have time. We put it back in the oven, but we're gonna try making another one, and then we'll see between the two which work out.
Which one we're gonna use first?
But this one's not gonna get any marbling or anything fancy.
My stress levels are out of this country, out of this world. I don't even want to talk right
You've got this, we've got this. Don't stress, we've got this.
I don't even want to talk right now.
Not that I want you to be looking at the clock and not concentrating on what you're doing, but we're into the home straight now. It needs to be the final touches, a bit of drama ensuing as we speak. The next time I step up to these benches, we're going to be doing our final countdown to decide who goes through to tomorrow's finale. This is going to get spicy. Stick around. Come on, ladies. Let's make a plan, girls. Let's make a plan.
Sure. Well, with the stress levels being out of the country, I hope that our duos can at least keep their composure within the confines of a province. You know, keep it here, keep it together. The question is, which two duos will be making it through to our grand finale? Well, we'll find out soon enough after the judges have tasted their creations. Stay tuned for that and more on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We'll be right back.
Sensodyne, repair, and protect with deep repair. The science is pretty amazing. It really goes deep and repairs tooth sensitivity. The science is there. It's going to improve their quality of life in a big way. This is the first thing I recommend.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, you beauties. It's time to squeak some tacky. In fact, I challenge you not to bop along to this one. Indie pop rock band Amor Amor are on the Expresso stage to perform their massive new hit. It is going to be huge. We know this because they are huge. You hear that? It's building, it's building. It's time to find out if we're cool or clueless. And this track quickly became a fan favorite and peaked at number 3 on 5FM's pop chart. And here is why. I know it's quite easy for us to feel like this at this time of the day. Here is Clueless. Match made in heaven. We absolutely love it. Clueless has, yes, made half the country a little insecure right now, trying to figure out which side of the fence you sit on. But you can spend the rest of the day listening to that song and decide for yourself. Download anything and everything you can find from this band. They've got so much incredible new music coming your way. And this is the first time ever I've been able to say this on my show. We'll be right back with Be Right Back. That's the name of the next song. We'll see you in a moment. Time to get back into the news.
Thank you, Graham. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Let's take a final look at the national headlines. The rush is on for places at public higher learning institutions. The demand has increased drastically over the years, with these institutions not being able to accommodate everyone due to capacity issues. Universities have limited space and many prospective students will not be absorbed. Out of the 2022 matric class, 278,815 students achieved a bachelor's pass, 197,357 achieved a diploma pass, and 108,159 gained a higher certificate pass. The National Student Financial Aid Scheme has forecast an increase in bursary applications for 2023 and also expects a financial shortfall. Staying with our local news, 4 suspects have been arrested at different driving license testing centres in Northwest. They are suspected of fraud with driving licenses as test centres in Stilfontein, Ventersdorp, Orkney and Klerksdorp. Some of the suspects are test officers and owners of driving schools. A spokesperson for National Transport Anti-Corruption Unit, Simon Zwane, says fraud with driving licenses have devastating consequences for road safety, as the people involved have no knowledge of road traffic rules, and this often leads to loss of life on roads. Moving to news abroad, a high court in Rwanda has sentenced a former youth and culture minister to 5 years imprisonment on corruption charges. Edward Bamporiki, 39, was suspended from the cabinet last May and placed under house arrest while being investigated. Bamporiki confessed to the charges and asked President Paul Kagame for forgiveness. But in September, a court sentenced him to 4 years, which he appealed. On Monday, a High Court judge in the capital, Kigali, said justice needs to be served to set an example. Bamporiki was previously a filmmaker. And the Western movie Rust will continue filming with Alec Baldwin in the lead role, as lawyers for the production said on Monday, days after prosecutors said they would charge the actor for the fatal shooting of the movie cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Baldwin will continue to play grandfather Harland Rust, and Joel Scoza will return as director following his wounding in the October 2021 shooting. Hutchins died on a film set outside Santa Fe, New Mexico, when a revolver Baldwin was rehearsing with fired a live bullet, which also hit Souza. And the Guinness World Record has awarded a 23-year-old Chihuahua mix named Spike the title of the world's oldest living dog. The small dog lives with his owner, Rita Kimball, and her family on a farm in Camden, Ohio, in the U.S. Kimball said they didn't realize he had a shot at being the oldest dog in the world, but now we all see him as a celebrity, she says. Despite his advanced age, Spike leads an active life. Kimball says he maintains a routine that sees him up by 7:30 a.m. every morning. He also loves visiting other animals on the farm, including barn cats, cows, and horses. At 23, Spike doesn't hear or see as well as he used to, but that hasn't affected his massive personality. Kimball says he's best friends with everyone he meets. Well, on that wholesome note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your roads.
Indeed, a quick traffic update for you this morning out in Roodepoort in Johannesburg. There is protest action on the N14 highway. There is road closures, so please use an alternative route locally there. In Centurion in Johannesburg, there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound after Brakfontein Road. The left lane is closed and you can expect delays. And then down in Cape Town in the Western Cape, there is congestion on the N2 inbound at Borchard's Quarry, and you can expect delays in that part of the city. Well, that's what your roads look like right now. Let's take a final look at the weather this morning. Here's another quick update from the weather front. A huge iceberg nearly the size of Greater London has broken off the Antarctic ice shelf near a UK research station, the second such split in 2 years. Now, the British Antarctic Survey said the formation of the new iceberg in a natural process called calving was not due to climate change, which is accelerating the loss of sea ice in the Arctic and parts of Antarctica. Now, the iceberg, measuring some 1,550 square kilometers, detached from the 150-meter thick Brunt ice shelf a decade after scientists first spotted massive cracks in the shelf. A similar spectacular separation involving a 1,270 square kilometer iceberg occurred about a year ago. Now, glaciologist Dominic Hodgson said the calving event has been expected and is part of the natural behavior of the Brunt ice shelf, and reiterated it was not linked to climate change. Well, from that spectacular phenomena to some more beautiful views of the natural environment shared and sent in by you. Thank you very much to Desiree van Vieren, who shared this stunning view with us from her garden out in Pietermaritzburg as the sun begins to light up the greenery in that part of the country. Then Temchali sent through this stunning view of the Tangerine Horizon out in Berea in Eshowe. Kasturi Pillay sent through this beautiful image from his front yard out in Malvern in Durban. And then finally, William Jumat sent through this refreshing view from Virginia Beach. What a great way to start the day indeed. Oh my goodness, stunning photography skills. Wow. All right, so do keep sending those pictures through to us to 063-408-8863. We would love to show the rest of the country how you are starting your morning. And speaking of the morning, let's take a look at temperatures all around the country. Polokwane, a low of 15, rises to a high of 30. Mbombela, temperatures will range between 18 and 27. Pretoria, 15 to 33. And Johannesburg, 13 to 29. Out in the northwest, Mahikeng, a low of 18, rises to a high of 34. Claresthorpe, 16 to 34. Kimberley, a low of 19 to a high of 33. And Bloemfontein, 16 to 30. In Richards Bay, there's a 99% chance of rain there, so hopefully you'll be cooled down a little bit while temperatures range between 21 and 25. Pietermaritzburg, 17 to 20. Durban, 21 to 24. And Mthatha, 16 to 19. Keeping it in the Eastern Cape and East London, 19 to 22 with quite a high chance of rain there today. Cradock, 14 to 25. Gqeberha, 17 to 24, and George, 15 to 23. Now down in the Western Cape, Cape Town, 16 your low and a high of 23. Worcester, between 14 and 31. Sutherland, a low of 10, reaches a high of 28. And Uppington, a low of 19, reaches a high of 36 throughout today. That's what the weather looks like, but no matter what it is, we hope that you are enjoying every single minute thereof with us on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
And every morsel of that breakfast. In just a moment, we're going to try our hand at making a French berry loaf cake with the beautiful introduction of our Clover Fruits of the Forest dairy snack. Then, of course, our semi-finalists in the Golden Cloud Golden Baker Search will be battling it out for their spot in tomorrow's grand finale. And, of course, their share of 50,000 Rand as that grand prize. It's going down to the wire. We'll see you for that in just a moment.
I'm such a champ right now.
my feel-good breakfast show.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Now, one way that you can turn a good morning into a great morning by having cake for breakfast. How about that? And if you think that you won't have time to whip up a delightfully fruity cake, our Fruits of the Forest Berry Loaf says you can. And it goes from mixing in the bowl to the oven in just 15 minutes.
What?
Can you believe it? What?
Yes, you can. It is. It's saying yes, you can. It also says you look great this morning.
I feel fantastic.
These berries are complimentary. These berries are complimentary, man. They're not. They're essential to this recipe because it is a berry loaf cake. Is it a cake loaf or a loaf cake? Does it matter?
I think it's a loaf cake.
A loaf cake.
It's essentially a cake in the shape of a loaf.
Of a loaf.
Yeah.
And we love it. It's going to be dense. There's going to be so much, obviously this nice nutrient value, but the flavor coming out of this little guy is going to be amazing. Yeah. And it is really simple to make. So we're going to jump right in.
What French berry loaf cake is?
Can you remember?
Gâteau. Obèse et français. Obèse française.
Obèse française.
Oui.
Oui.
That's it. Just put that into your regular conversation today.
Je t'aime. I love it.
Gâteau, obèse française, whatever. And then you just move on.
But then you've got to deliver the loaf cake, the cake loaf. Okay, a little bit of salt, a little bit of baking soda going into our dry. Always start with our dry. And then half of our beautiful berries. So that you've got some mixed throughout. And then we're going to keep the other half to mix on the top.
Cool.
And then you're going to rock our wet ingredients right there. And we've obviously got our Clover Fruits of the Forest, which packs a flavor punch in itself. We're going to get 3/4 cups. I don't know what that means. If it's 3/4 cups, that's like 1.5. What does that mean? It's like
what 3/4 cups?
Can you try and measure 3/4 of a cup or use a 3/4 cup? Okay.
So it's not quite a cup.
It's not
1/4 short.
Just shy of a cup.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a little bit extra just for my own liking.
Because it is beautiful. And this cake, because it's so dense, lends itself to a bit more moisture. So it's okay if it's got that kind of almost toffee-like moist center. You almost want that density.
Wait. To that, we're going to add some vanilla. We got some oil for that extra moisture that you might need. Oh, let's go. Just go all of it. How about it?
Yep.
And then we're going to add, well, let me just quickly whip this up.
Nice.
That's looking good.
Strong wrist action there.
Yeah, and getting that endurance is starting to...
It was all the stretch this morning. The stretching helped you out. And I love the fact that we're using frozen berries here. You can, if your berries, your fresh fruit's getting to that point where it might be starting to push beyond, freeze it, store it, use it in cakes, use it in shakes, use it in smoothies, that sort of thing. And of course, the Clover Fruits of the Forest Dairy Snack has real fruit already and real taste with a source of 7 vitamins. So try Fruits of the Forest with cereal for those morning commutes. Get the crunch whenever you need it. Ready to enjoy anywhere and everywhere, making your good mornings great
mornings. Okay, let's add
that's looking beautiful.
The wet to the dry.
Mix that.
You make it well.
In there. Wow. So good.
Mix it in.
I love it. And you get the little kind of the broken down bits of fruit in the Fruits of the Forest already, so you can understand how we can have the beautiful fruit permeating throughout.
Indeed.
Fold that baby in.
The end product looks very...
It looks absolutely spectacular, and you can see what I mean about that density. You want that from a little loaf like this. And the nice thing is, because it's got the moisture and it's got so much flavor, you don't need to add icing or kind of dress it up as anything else.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's looking good, right? Oh, that's how you get kind of like those streaks of
that
color.
marbling,
As
that
you
beautiful marbling.
As you mix it as well, some of the berries pop. And they give you a little bit of extra.
Ooh, and that's going to happen when they're baking as well. And then the sugars and the fruit are going to caramelize as well. So you pop that into our baking tin, loaf, whatever shape that you want. Wow.
And then you have your
Where's
gâteau.
Zoe when you need a dough taster? I think she would love this.
Yeah. Zoe, would you like to taste some gâteau obèse française?
Just keep a little.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oui.
And then we simply add the rest of our berries, and it is there.
That felt like a bit of a 90s comedy sitcom vibe. Zoe!
Oh, Zoe!
And then the audience goes, ha ha ha.
Hold up the laugh board, please. Hold up the laugh board.
No,
the batter definitely, I think, for you.
That's all you.
Go for the batter
And some on top while you do that.
With a fork.
With a fork.
I suppose it
Who
forces
does
you
that?
to go lighter. And
Oh, this is a good mixture. I love the berries coming through.
There you go.
Absolutely lovely. And there he's finishing it off with a little jewel on top of the crown. The rest of our beautiful frozen berries. And then
Find the
you
recipe on the website.
Well done, buddy.
Et voilà.
Yeah.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, I love tasting raw batter. If only I could taste our Golden Baker's Search Festive Edition bake-offs raw batter, but that's not allowed. Can they make it to the finish line in time? That is a question, because only limited time will tell.
The creations are starting to come together beautifully. Oh, only a few moments left before we decide who is moving from the semi-finals through to tomorrow's grand finale of the Golden Cloud Baker Search. And I think the kicker here is going to be how these beacon sweets are being incorporated. Absolute genius. The countdown is going to begin in just a moment. Let's bring it all together. Come on.
Can we get tissue? We've got this. We've got time. We've got time. And you've got a machine with you. We're gonna do this. Don't stress. Don't stress.
Cold water, please wait.
No.
This is it. Got 10 minutes.
We're gonna do it.
As much as this might feel like the most important thing in the world, it's not. Okay, you've done so well to represent yourself. It's now down to these final minutes. Don't waste them crying.
Yes.
Savor every second that you have here and get something onto that plate.
And we're going to.
I've had a taste already. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Let's just see it through. You're working alongside an amazing chef who clearly loves you to bits. We all love you. We know what you're capable of. Cry it out if you have to.
Done.
Get over it and get baking. You've got this, girl. You've got this. Come on. Come on, cheese. Come on. Ladies, I love it. A masterclass in plating going on as well.
Yes, definitely.
It looks amazing. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
You guys have done yourselves proud. The proof, though, is going to be in the tasting. I cannot wait to see these judges work their way through this. Well done.
It's not someone's 50,000.
Your time is ending in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step away from your stations. Well done, ladies. Some miracles happening over there. Congratulations. Now it's over to our judges. Congratulations. Well done. That was so intense.
Seriously?
Oh, man. Well done, guys. That was intense. Woo. Phew.
Well, as you can see, the intensity was real and high, but was it all worth it? We'll need to find out who is going to be in tomorrow's final.
Hey, what's that?
This is Octifex, a new accessible platform to trade Forex on global markets.
Cool. What's the Forex?
It's short for foreign exchange, trading currencies.
Buy low, sell high. Score points, right?
Exactly.
What's leverage?
It's like you got cool friends. They vouch for you, and you can trade it big.
Precisely.
So basically it's an app where you learn and trade, and it's safe, and it looks good.
That about sums it up here. Octifex, trading made clear.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Yes, it is, and it's a Wednesday morning as we welcome you to the last half an hour of your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And it's time now to wow you with another mouth-watering recipe on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Crisp and convenient. Of course, that's all that air fryers are in your kitchen. They are, in fact, an essential these days that deliver quick and easy and convenient meals that are delicious and healthy, perfect for households and maybe even students returning to varsity. And His Royal Highness Chief Golden Delicious, I hear.
You lift up brown?
Golden brown and delicious. Chef Clem is here to show us and tell us everything we need to know about these kitchen just miracles, aren't they?
One of the biggest food revolutions in the past 5 years.
Wow. Why is that, though? Because we do have ovens, right? Now, these come around and the world goes, oh, it's incredible. Why?
It's the convenience of it. It's a lot smaller. You take a chicken that you'll roast in the oven for about an hour, whereas your beautiful Insta brand air fryer is going to do it in about 35 to 40 minutes.
Oh, is it concentrated? Okay.
It is. It's a circulation of the air. It's also the fact that the whole thing. When was the last time you threw an oven in the dishwasher?
No. Okay.
Right?
I'll leave that blank.
There we go. the fact that you can just take it out, take the little inner tray out, put it in the dishwasher, wash it, done, put it back together. Perfect. On your desktop, if you're a student right now, you got your laptop, you got your textbooks, right? And if you only have one working station, you're not working with a lot. However, an air fryer is going to be perfectly nestled in the corner, doing what it needs to do. Give me a dish. Let me think how I can incorporate an air fryer. Just give me a dish.
Give
anything.
me something.
Anything.
Marva pudding?
Marva pudding.
Yeah.
Done. That's easy. You just get an oven-proof little dish, make your batter, put it in there, you're good. I thought you were going to be something hard like ice cream. I was going to be like,
what do you mean?
I was going to be like, have you ever had roasted strawberry ice cream? How are you going to roast your strawberries in the air fryer? Then you do a no-churn recipe in the freezer. You can incorporate it in every single dish, every single method. It does so much. Also,
I make my bolognese in there.
Why won't you make your bolognese in there? You can. Also, there's a little window in the front. Means you can see what's happening because there's one rule when it comes to air frying. If you're looking, you're not
cooking.
And we're always cooking. We're always cooking, okay?
What is this? Okay, let's
So you can see what's happening in there. The fact that you can grill, bake, broil, do so many things with one device.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the world's just like, whoop, air fryer is the way.
Let's put it to action.
Let's do this. So we're gonna go for a little, we're gonna keep it meat-free.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna make some smoky, crispy chickpeas. I've got the organic chickpeas in the water. Okay.
Yes.
What we're gonna do, we just drain the water off.
Right. Then you get the.
Give it a little pat with paper towel. Get
Okay.
some
On paper
extra
towel.
moisture.
Pat. Okay. Cool.
The savoriness, the umami, the almost meatiness is gonna come from your smoky marinade. A little bit of that, and that's gonna reduce on the chickpeas, and it's gonna glaze it.
Oh. Ah, I see. Clever. Very clever.
Now I'm not gonna look. I'm gonna go by Kat's judgment.
Okay.
Chili.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
Are we good?
You go one more. Just
yes, a little bit more,
that extra little fuego. Sí, gracias. Ooh.
And don't be scared of the heat. Also, the smoky chili flakes add to the overall flavor. It's gonna be a hum. It's not gonna be a ah.
Okay.
Got me. There we go. Salt and pepper. Give that. Imagine I added salt and pepper. Oh wait, no, I don't need salt and pepper.
Because?
Everybody loves my salsa. Salsa seasoning going in. Okay.
Watch out for my next single. It's called My Salsa.
There we go. Seasoning going in. There's got that salt and pepper in there. Give it a mix. And then I've got some in the drawer already. If you can take it out for me. And then you can pop it inside this bowl. What I like about this.
Look at that.
It goes a little crispy.
Hello, smoky salsa.
The outside crispy, the inside slightly meaty. What I like is if you got like a tiny little bar fridge in your dorm or at home, whatever, and you're making bulk of it.
Yeah.
Even though it's in the fridge and it goes a little soggy tomorrow, pop it back in there for 5 minutes.
And then that is mighty convenient. That's
back
brilliant.
to life.
I didn't think
Back
about
to
it.
life. Then, okay. Now, next thing we're gonna make some little dippers, okay? Nacho chips. So super easy to make it at home. Get your wraps. You can use, how good are they?
Wow.
Chickpeas.
Wow, man.
Chickpeas, why not? So you can totally do the normal triangle tortillas.
Yeah, or?
So inspired by like our local flavors, local shapes. Papa Bites.
Papa Bites, you say?
What you know about Papa Bites?
I know nothing about Papa Bites. You about to educate a brother about Papa Bites. What's Papa Bites? What poppin'?
They like the leftover samosa dough, okay, the pastry that gets deep fried, various flavors. People out there in the world, what's your favorite flavor? Mine has to be the fisherman's flavor and the secret flavor. You've never had a Papa Bites?
I've never had a Papa Bites.
I'm back tomorrow. You back tomorrow? Are you back tomorrow?
I am. I'm here tomorrow.
You're going to be trying some Papa Bites tomorrow.
It's about to go down.
Okay, so what we're going to do is instead of doing the normal triangle, we're going to keep it like rectangle.
Nice and easy.
Good for nice scoopability. And I feel like that rectangle shape works perfectly.
Okay,
so what we're going to do is get them into a bowl.
Yeah.
And another thing I love about the air fryer, use 95% less fat. Have you seen the price of oil nowadays?
That's absolutely stunning.
So 95% less oil, which means you're going to get your Woolies little olive oil spray bottle, give it a little...
You do that. Hey, and the cool thing, you do get 20% off 2 kitchen items at Woolies until 5th of Feb. So you might want to invest in a little, you know what I'm saying?
No, I'm saying. It's never been a better time. It saves you time, it saves you money, but wait, there's more.
What you got?
The food, the crisp, the overall cookingness is just phenomenal.
Serve it
It's
up now.
insane. It's insane. Okay, cool. A little bit of lime.
Like that?
Boom.
You're going to
10
pop
minutes,
those in here.
10 minutes in there and you're done. What we're going to do to get some guac. Kat, you can do this for me. You can plate it up. How good are those? And again, reheating, I think, is one of the biggest like things about the instant brand air fryer.
Okay, you do that. I'm enjoying that, but you do it with whatever's happening here.
If you have fries, and you know the worst thing is leftover potatoes, leftover fries, you know what to do with it?
Yes.
It brings it back to life, makes it 10 times better than what it tasted when it first came out the fryer. It's the way. Little bit of that chickpea. Get in there. Halawawinos on there. Yes.
What?
Peppercorns.
Bring your friends. Call your abuelo.
It's the way.
This is
It's the way. It's the way. What do you think? Happy?
Stunning.
Yes.
Gracias, señor.
I promised you we'd be right back, and we'll be right back with Be Right Back. It is, in fact, the 6th track of Amor's banger debut album and has over 1,000 streams on Spotify already. 1,001 because you've just gone on and streamed it. Here is Chano Sky and Sasha Regini with their second performance of this morning. It is going to get you on your feet. It is Be Right Back. Take it away.
Told me that he cared, that he'd always be there. He said to be right back, right back, right back, right back, right back, right back, right
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show on this Wednesday morning. And yes, it is the moment we've all been waiting for. The gloves are off now. Time for our Golden Baker Search Festive Edition. Judges to taste the Christmas bundt cakes and decide which two duos will be then making it through to the finals tomorrow. Let the games begin.
Welcome back to our final deliberations. While I say our, it's not my decision to make, it's our poor judges. Our three duos did themselves proud. We know that there were some challenges along the way. That's what it's about. So let's start with our first creation, which has got a lot of detail, but you can see immediately that things didn't quite go according to plan. But I'm so proud of Dalila and Tando for having the fortitude and the strength of character to look after each other, but to push through.
I must be honest, I am not looking at that cake and expecting it to be any less great than the other two. If last season was anything to go by, I mean, the cake that flopped won. So really the taste is what's gonna sway me.
I want to remind you guys that when we went to go and check up on them the first time, they put some chocolate in the middle. So my thoughts are that the cake wasn't underdone.
The chocolate melt?
It was the chocolate that was melted in the middle. But we'll taste it now.
Which could be awesome.
What's great about the fact that they put it back in? The outside is like crispy. And then you've got that like moist cake on
Soft,
the inside.
gooey center.
Which is cool for like texture. I don't know about the peppermint.
Really?
I actually felt they could have done without it.
Okay.
I actually feel it was an additional flavor that they didn't need to have.
It wasn't the cooking that let them down, possibly in this case, but rather going too far with the beacon sweets, which is always a bit of a trap because you want to be creative, you want to do more, you want to honor the ingredients or honor the sweets, but it's a balancing act. You've got to get it right. Interesting, guys, really interesting. Now we move on to duo number 2. So obviously Alison and Jenny, they went for an explosion of light and color. In fact, this is called Beacon of Light. Okay, it took me about 5 times saying that out loud to actually figure that out. It's bursting with orange flavors and sparkling with sparkly sparkles.
So it's a very interesting use of the sparkles. I think at a table it could be a showstopper, but one must be careful.
So that's not a huge amount going on with the cake itself. What do you make of the look now that you're seeing what's going on underneath this beautiful exterior?
The sponge looks great. Looks nice and moist, doesn't look too dry. We'll
I smell
taste
the
it
orange.
now. Yeah.
I smell orange.
Because also when the cake came out of the oven, it almost looked like it shrank into the mold.
Correct.
But actually, when it came out of the mold, it actually looked really beautiful.
Certainly the sparkles have been a hero of our Beacon Sweet range today, and I love it. I think there are a lot of bakers out there going, hang on a minute, I can do more. I was waiting for someone to go, wow, this tastes amazing. So what's going on?
To be honest, I don't get any flavor.
Okay.
I mean, there's a flavor, but I can't tell you something distinct in this cake.
Really? I think you can...
I think that balance between the cake and the glaze is throwing us.
It's throwing you.
I must say that if you have the shards with it, then it's like flavor town. Because obviously the sparkles bring the flavor.
Yeah. Then we move on to duo number 3, Zandaline and Sassy. Big moment for Zandaline, sticking with Sassy. I reckon she made the right choice. Great chemistry, they've clicked, they motivate each other. Roxy, how good does this look?
No, this is elegant. I mean, we did say to them 2 things. We eat with our eyes, and I did say to them, if there's anything you carry forward into this round, please keep your plating. And they actually stepped up their plating.
Also, don't need to ice it because she already poured that syrup in there, so I'm super excited to taste all of that, combined with that raspberry white chocolate cream that they made on top of there.
What sparkles?
It's just like flavor on flavor on flavor, so I'm really hoping that it delivers.
Absolutely beautiful. I immediately, when I saw the pistachio and the orange, I picked up Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
What would have done it for me was some cardamom.
Oh, cardamom, rose water, that kind of
just
vibe.
that
Make
type
it a bit
of
more
refreshing.
heady. Okay.
That's it.
Of the 3, best texture in terms of the sponge.
All right, so let's put me out of my misery, I think, and bring our contestants back in here and find out who is progressing to tomorrow's finale. There were some disasters. There were some mishaps. There was so much deliberation because of what you guys created. You achieved what this entire competition set out to achieve. You've inspired us to think about baking differently. You've inspired us to think about incorporating Beacon sweets in a completely different way. But unfortunately, only 2 of you can progress to our grand finale. The team that placed second and will be progressing to the grand finale tomorrow, one step closer to that 50,000 Rand grand prize. Dalila and Tando! Come on! For our final decision, it really did boil down to 2 celebrations of orange, of citrus. This incredible panel, and they really did put their poor palates, their hearts, and their minds, their spirits to the test with this one. Our winning duo for today, Zandaline and Sassy. Congratulations. There really was so much going on in that creation. There could have been so many elements that could have gone disastrously wrong, but you pulled it all together beautifully. To Alison and Jenny, we love you. You guys have shown a spark, you've shown love, you've shown what the other side of this competition is all about. Thank you so much. Let's give them one last round of applause. But wait, there is one more twist. Because you have earned the right to be here and earned more than just our love and admiration, you get a parting gift. As our second runner-up, you're going to receive 5,000 Rand in cash. And you've earned that at the very least, so congratulations. And there we have it, the board is set. Our semi-finals done and dusted. Tune in tomorrow morning for the grand finale of the Golden Cloud Baker Search. I'm going to call it the most festive edition we've ever had. This has been spectacular. It's going to get even better tomorrow. We'll see you then. Well done, guys. Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely beautiful. So much passion, so much expertise, so much love in all those hugs, and I'm sure that the judges could taste it in the baking. Now, don't forget to tune in tomorrow for the grand finale, where the 2 final duos go head-to-head in a show-stopping challenge, and the chance to win the Golden Baker Search Festive Edition title, and of course, that grand prize of 50,000 Rand.
Oh, yes, we can do with 50,000 Rand right now.
Yes, please.
I mean, I would go and spend it on fresh fruit. I'm joking. But listen, Chef Clem is here, and we're about to show you how to make your own fresh paletas. What is a paleta?
It's a Latin-inspired lolly using seasonal fruit, and add a few complementing flavors, but then it's just the best of the season that's frozen on a stick. It's the best way to keep cool, so we've made 2 today.
Okay, so we're making 2. So we're going to start off with some watermelon, and I see we've got some mango.
Mango. You and I had a discussion about the mango.
Oh, obsessed with mango, especially the ones that come in the trays. I wonder how many mangoes actually fit into one of those trays.
I know.
Because
absolutely.
it's a lot of mango.
But also, we would spend so much effort and time in like specifically getting the fruit when it's just ripe. It's almost like they like crouch, touch, and it ripens, engage, and then get it. It's absolutely amazing how the South African sun just makes our fruits and vegetables just taste so much better. I mean, we had our Russian chef earlier on the show, and he was saying the same thing, like South Africa is just blessed with amazing fruits and vegetables. So, the amazing mangoes in your blender, we're gonna make it a little more tropical. I'm gonna ask you to add coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
You want me to open that for you? Nails?
No, I'll
got
be
it?
okay. I'll be okay. Thank you.
Coconut
if I break
milk.
a nail on TV, I'll be embarrassed.
Ooh. You can also decide how much coconut milk you want. If you want to have more of a concentrated mango flavor, just add less coconut milk. If you like the tropical creamy flavor, add more coconut milk to it.
So how much should I add?
I rate about 1/4 of the can first. Okay, a little more.
Little more?
Then a little bit of lime goes in, that's perfect. A little bit of lime goes in just to brighten everything up. Again, playing on those tropical flavors. Big squeeze, big squeeze.
This is one thing I struggle with is squeezing lemons and limes.
Okay, Woolies do have a beautiful yellow lime and lemon squeezer. Check it out in the home section. They work so well. I mean, you get the last little drop out of every citrus fruit.
I feel like I'm failing this
No,
lime.
you are winning. So to that, add a little bit of that brown sugar alternative we used yesterday, just to make it even sweeter. I mean, you don't need to, but I do like the fact that this paleta is like really like sweet and delicious.
We're just going to guesstimate about a teaspoon.
I would love to see this. Show me.
Just a little drizzle, just to cover it.
Perfect. Lid on, push down, blend. While you're doing that, I'm gonna get started on the watermelon. I've got a seedless watermelon. Remember that game, Fruit Ninja?
Yes.
Tempted to just throw the watermelon up and but we won't do that. We won't do that.
There we go.
Another thing is, if you want it really smooth, just blend longer. If you want little chunky bits of mango in there, obviously.
Which is also quite nice when it's frozen.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Okay, another thing, all the things this morning, a great way to tell if a watermelon is really delicious and sweet.
How do you know when it's ready and ripe?
You buy it from Woolworths. Otherwise,
Because it's always ready and ripe.
make sure it's nice and heavy. Feel that?
Oh.
Right? And that's half the watermelon. So that's a good
Is
one.
that how you know when it's ready, when it's really heavy?
And you can kind of also smell it a little bit. You can kind of smell what's happening inside.
Is this a seedless watermelon?
Yeah, the little tiny pips, it's like you chew those.
Okay.
It's the big black ones that have been taken out.
Okay. And then someone asked once if you need to tap a watermelon.
Yeah, you also you get a specific sound from it. It's almost like slightly hollow, but not like echoey. I'm trying to find another example of what does it sound like?
Tapping on a wall or a door.
Zoe says it's like tapping on a wall or a door. So that's what your watermelon sounds like. You're winning. Okay, I'm gonna make mine, which is
Doors are weird in my house.
You'll be posting a video soon of what the doors sound like when you knock on them. Okay, watermelon goes into our blender cup. Yours are good, so you can actually pour yours.
Done.
Here we go. You can pour yours into a cup, and it got a little sticks there for you.
So we're just doing the mango, nothing else.
Nothing else. That's it. And that is honestly so good. Making your own frozen desserts, I feel like it's a bit of a game changer. Because you tend to go, they're a little healthier as well. Because you know exactly what's in them.
And we put the stick in.
Yes. If it's nice and thick, it'll just stand up straight. If it's a little thinner, you might need to pop it into the freezer for like an hour and then put the stick in, then it'll stand up straight. Mango is just perfect. It's like the flavor of summer. Okay, watermelon's in. We're gonna go with watermelon and mint. We know best friends.
Yes.
That's gonna go. Oh, you could make this a little like cocktailish if you wanted to as well.
In what way?
You could add a little bit of rum to that.
Okay.
You could add a little bit of gin to this.
Okay, make it an adult drink.
But also, just on its own is also perfectly fine. So then we're gonna give that a little bit of mix.
How are you going to get the blade in there?
Don't worry.
The max line is down here, Chef Clem. Are you one of those people that...
What's going on?
Are you, okay, you're aggressive. I won't question
It wasn't
the max
me. The
line
spoon just
again.
fell. No, the max line is there, and you should always obey the max line. But I do know that the denseness of there's a lot of water in the watermelon. It's just going to kind of like fall down.
Kids do science.
Kids do science.
So that you can too be a rebel in the kitchen.
Be a rebel in the kitchen. I feel like you come up with the best recipes when you are a rebel in the kitchen. So what we're going to do is blend this up, give it a good mix. You can see what it turns into. What's also nice is I add 3/4 of the mixture.
It's because you went beyond the max
people.
line. That's why there's a max line. We're in the heart of summer. I know there's a heat wave across the country. If you want to make your own paletas, this is the way to go. Of course, head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. Pop these in the freezer. When they come out, they look good and delicious. Do you want one?
Yes, please.
I'm going to have the mango. Which one would you like?
I will go for the watermelon.
There we go. Well, expressoshow.com is where you find our recipe.
Mmm.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, welcome back, you beauties. What do you get when you get about 150 Sama nominations and you combine them together? Amor, amor. They are back on the Expresso stage for their final performance this morning. And it's not very often that your band gives you all your links and segues with the titles of their songs. You made it so easy for me this morning. All I've left to ask is, can I go away? In fact, that's the title of the next track, and it was released just last week, Friday, with the music video set to come out on the 2nd of February, so keep an eye out. But here they are, one last time. Amor, amor, with Can I Go Away?
Try those new cookbook recipes out this year, or stick with the timeless classics. Either way, they'll always taste their best when made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.